Recorded live from Stockton, California, this is Jammin' with the Best.
Welcome to a very special, it's not really a podcast.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of morphed in between the two, I think.
So we are going to be watching first round DGLO coverage and basically giving alternative commentary.
Yeah, kind of a companion round. Obviously, you're still going to need Disc Golf Network. We cannot show you that. We don't have the rights, not even close. But yeah, we're going to be watching along and giving a little bit different take on it. Yeah, should be fun. I'm curious. It's going to be kind of wild. This is our first time doing this. We have very low expectations. Hopefully y'all are coming in with the same.
Yeah, we're going to be drinking some beers,
Yep.
Hanging out. So pop yourself open a cold one if that's what you do.
Yeah, beautiful Purple Friday. We're in OTB Studios in California, but these players will be taking on the Toboggan in Michigan.
Yeah, kind of a famous course over the years.
Yeah, US ADGC, I think, is always there. AM Nationals.
Yep, AM Nationals and lots of hills. It's a toboggan course.
Dude, yeah. So I was watching Jomez last year, just kind of getting a feel for the course again. And they had I think the founder of Discraft on, and he was talking about the course. He said none of the holes are completely flat. You're either going uphill or downhill, or usually, some mix of both.
Yeah, and Dickerson said that this year is much harder of a walk than years past.
Yeah, it's Billy Goat, man. It's you're going up quite a bit. They're showing some statistics right now of the battle we watched last week in Finland, European Open. That was nuts, man. I think that's the best battle we've seen since last year Worlds, where it was nuts going down the stretch.
Yep.
And then maybe the best battle we've seen since like 2014 Worlds. Is that the one that went
Oregon?
to the playoff? Yeah.
I think so. I think that's the right one.
Man, it was so much fun. These two guys here, Eagle and Paul, just at the top of their game last week. It seemed like no one was making mistakes. They were playing so clean. Runner-up was 15, 16 strokes back. That's insane. So that was cool. No Eagle at this event.
Yeah, no Eagle. Real short comeback from European Open.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys just got off the plane, canceled flights all over the place.
When you get the feeling that Eagle was maybe pushing it a little bit coming back that quickly, obviously it worked out all right. He's glad he did. But yeah, I'm not shocked to not see him here.
Yeah, I think he might be someone that takes on a lot smaller workload from here on out.
Yeah.
Fewer tournaments.
Yeah, pick and choose. Like PGA Tour, they do that a lot. You're starting to see it a little bit more in disc golf, where a lot of players, Simon, for example, who they're showing right now, is only playing the Elite Series events and the majors. I don't think he's hit any Silver Series, or very few if he has.
He said he's not going to the rest of the year either.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I think part of it is the financial stability that exists now in our sport for the top guys and girls.
Yep. So Simon is head up to T-pad, about to tee off.
Yeah, so we're probably just a touch behind. If you want to pause and try to match, we got Simon. He just set his disc down, and he's going to be teeing off on hole 1.
Sick turnover and or forehand hole here.
Yeah, you got OB left, and then you really don't want to go too far right because it's thick. Big key today is going to be staying on the fairways. There's not a ton of OB, but look at that right side. There's so much natural OB.
Ooh, he's long right.
Yeah, that'll be tough.
Be tricky in there.
And so he's going to be playing with Sexton, Cory Ellis, and Andrew Presnow.
It looks a bit breezy.
Yeah, absolutely a little wind. I watched the practice round with Brody and Ezra, and they were playing through rain the whole time.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of rain in the posts. But it's supposed to be decent weather, they said. Paul said it's good weather.
And immediately you're getting hit with that, with the elevation. There's a big drop on this hole.
Would be a fun toboggan course.
Ooh,
that thing got up to flat decently.
Good to see Sexton back out there. Like, I think pretty easy argument for top 10 on the MPO side.
Yeah, he just doesn't play enough, really. So you forget
Mhm.
about him a little bit.
Love this starting hole. It's something that you definitely can get the birdie 2 on, but you've really got to execute well. Interesting shot shape too.
Yeah, I think it plays to a backhand the best. Like the best shots I've seen are backhands.
Yeah,
But-
it takes a top tier forehand, and you almost want to play something slightly understable on a big hyzer and have it kind of flip up and then just carry. Cory Ellis has nasty power.
That was the best looking line yet, but it was just low.
Yeah, he's got a circle 2 look.
It looked like he switched to a slower disc. He had like a fairway and a mid in his hand, I would guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he went with the slower disc.
Good to see Presnell. There'll be a lot of discraft on these top cards.
Yeah,
with
this is discraft country right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess the factory is a few miles down the road.
Nice. That's a great place.
This is one where they traditionally drop a ton of exclusive releases. I'm curious what plastic mold combos will come out of this event.
Yeah. Paul is also testing a disc.
Oh, that's true. You can see it on Simon's live IG.
Yeah, Instagram Live.
Presnell going a little short right there. I think the best look is going to be Cory.
Yeah, Cory's got the best look. Maybe Simon has a look in the woods.
Yeah, it says circle 2 for him. See what kind of obstructions he might have. Nice little gallery for a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That's building. How about the gallery for European Open, man?
It's wild. We got Terry talking to. Is that? Do you know his name?
PDGA rep, but no, I don't think so. It looks familiar.
He's done a few of these now.
Mm-hmm. He's their boots on the ground, I guess.
This is one part where we have not a lot to offer because we have no clue what they're saying.
Yeah, and that's fine. We thought about pumping in the audio, and I think honestly we might, like legally or whatever, be able to do it. We do have Pro Tour's blessing. We talked to them a couple times in this process.
So
And we thought about pumping it in. I didn't know if it was going to be distracting or not. So we'll be tweaking with some of this stuff as we go along. If it's something we enjoy doing, and if it's something that y'all enjoy, then we'll just keep doing it, man.
So what you drinking over there?
What do we got in the far right tap? Is
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes. I think
Yeah.
a West Coast IPA.
Yeah, from Morgan. I'm drinking mango lime sour.
I think that sounds
the name.
right.
I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah,
Also from Morgan territory.
they make good beers.
They do.
It's a kettle sour. It's not too funky, but it's solid.
I feel like it's a good early day beer.
Yeah, man. Starting the weekend. Love live golf. There's nothing like being able to tune into this on an end of a work week and have it over the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Nice upshot.
And so we've got this is our second feature card, and then our feature card will be McBeth, Wysocki, Dickerson, and Klein. Kyle giving a strong push to win last year, and Eagle taking it down to go back to back, but will not be here to defend his three-peat.
Yeah. With Eagles forehand normally, this course suits him so well. I heard Emily Beach say earlier, like, this is a lefty course.
Okay.
And she's lefty, so she played real well today.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's 6 down, 1 off the lead.
Yeah, she is. You got Kat and Paige up top. It's pretty tightly packed on the FPO side. That was fun to watch this morning. I caught most of it, and then my commute cuts off a little bit of it.
I picked Paige and Paul to win. Bold, I know.
I know. Yeah, that's worked pretty well for the last decade.
It's just, I think it's not as bold though, coming off of European Open, but
100%.
for me, I think they're both like they're driven by kind of weird things. Not weird, but like somewhat made up things sometimes.
Sure. And I mean, at this point in their careers, I feel like they're in legacy mode. Right now it's building legacy, and that's with winning majors.
Yeah, but I think Paul losing this major, he's going to come out firing a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, you could have a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Easily.
And last year after Worlds, he lost, and the next tournament he shredded.
Yeah.
And his discraft. He shot an 18 down here.
Yeah, I wonder if players do end up feeling just a little bit more, pressure. I doubt it seeps in during the round, but as the days leading up to it or the nights in between, if it's something that you think about at all.
Ooh, Sexton's in a bad spot.
He is, yeah. He's got to go overhand out of these bushes, get back to the fairway. Hopefully, he has a decent angle to be able to cut off most of it and get a putt.
Almost looks like he's throwing forehand roller.
I'm thinking thumber. It'll be tough to see from this camera angle.
I don't even know what it was.
Yeah, he's going to be outside edge circle 1. Elevated basket to start the round. See what the wind looks like when we're getting there. Looks like those branches and leaves are blowing a little.
You see how much elevation is right there. The camera's like eye level with the ground.
Yeah.
Simon must be back there in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Wide open, though.
Just pitching up, it looks like. Yep. No interest in running the raised basket to start the round. Happy to get a par and get out. So Cory with the long solo birdie look for this card.
Real safe run. He can give at it, too. Not in a lot of danger. Maybe those bushes, but...
Kind of like those headwinds on the raised basket. Gives you a chance to float it just a little bit. It's tougher with that tailwind. Like I generally prefer a tailwind putt. It's more predictable, but raised basket adds that.
Looked like he got the wind read wrong there. Definitely looked like a bid, not a layup.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's laying that up on purpose. I think he wanted to give it probably a nice soft run, and he's okay with the result. His work here is done on this hole. Nate to save the par from the thick of it on that second shot.
How many flips?
So good to see Nate out there, man. One of the nicest guys.
Yeah.
And just so smooth with his play.
One of the narrowest straddles.
That's true, too. Game. Solid par save there.
Dude, this might be the Team Idio shoes.
I think he was pointing out the gap that he had to go through. I don't even know.
Nate's wearing Idios. Presnell's. No, Presnell's not. But Cory Ellis is.
Yeah. Yeah, curious to get those in.
Yeah, they got stopped in somewhere. They got rerouted or something.
Like a port.
Yeah.
All right, all pars on the first.
Who is this? Is this
It's Casey White.
Casey White, yeah.
Yeah.
He's on a little bit of a heater today.
Yeah, this is all the way on 14.
I think he's on the card with Colton.
Yeah, he's 6 down through 14. All 6 of his birdies were right in a row, blanking out hole 3 through hole 8. There we go.
Dang. It's pretty good. It's a heater.
This course is definitely on the bucket list. I don't know that it's quite as high up as like Maple or Smugs or, man, the Beast, like Finland. That one might be top of the list, especially watching what they did, what everybody did there last week. But this one's up there. This course is really fun looking. Yeah,
there's a lot of crazy angles, I feel like. Up and down. You got to throw a bunch of shots that we don't really get around here.
Yeah. They've got some changes to the course this year. I believe it's 9, 10, and 11.
Mm-hmm. They lengthen one hole. It's the hole they throw the distance shot on.
So here's the big uphill climb where they're trying to keep it dead center first and foremost.
Ooh, that's early.
Yeah, hopefully that can drop a little bit. And then you're trying to climb that hill as much as you can. That second shot is so tough, especially if you're throwing off a little bit of weird footing.
Mm-hmm.
Sexton, yeah, definitely going forehand.
Staying in the middle. I'll just pump it out there and then just let. Oh, that's early.
Yeah,
too.
not happy with that.
Both on the. That's not a good spot.
No, there's a lot left to do on this hole for him. I don't know that birdie's out of the question, but I think it's going to be very difficult.
I want to say it was this hole I saw someone throw a forehand roller out of the woods last year. That was pretty sick.
I believe that. Yeah, there's some interesting approaches off of errant first or second shots. That's what you want.
Yep. Cory's got such a good pool.
Mm-hmm. Very smooth.
Real good extension.
Prez now. Good to see Prez again. I'm glad it's cool that there's so many different manufacturers that are the title sponsor of these elite events because they get the chance to showcase different team members like Presno, who, if you've been watching for the past 3-4 plus years, you certainly know who he is, but it's not the name that's at the top of the leaderboard every time, like this fellow in the salmon polo.
People have been paying attention to Paul's shoes a lot because he's been switching them up over the course of the year.
Yeah, he made a post somewhat recently, right?
Did he?
I think so. I think he did. I think he made a post on one of his socials about what shoe he's wearing, and that was like maybe a month ago. Like, okay, sales just skyrocketed for whatever that was. I don't remember what it was.
I mean, to me, he started the Adidas Terex trend.
100%.
And now it's like the shoe in the game. Like, it's what you see the most.
Yeah, well, Innova and Adidas kind of had a interesting, not really partnership, but it seemed like a lot of shared players.
Yep.
And
a shared tournament.
That's true too with Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely rock the Terex, and he's a big part of why. I don't know. I was just looking for new shoes, and that was the hot thing at the time, and switched to those, and haven't really looked back. But I definitely have the Ideo shoes on order. I'm excited to check those out.
Yeah.
Ledgestone coming up. They got their commercial rolling right now.
Ledgestone's always fun.
Yeah. Another course that is on the bucket list, like Eureka Lake Temp, I think is the one that's like the staple with the water tower and everything. There's some really cool holes there.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's an underrated course in the tour. Kind of same with Toboggan here.
I think that it's pretty too, Eureka.
Yeah, it is so
the
green.
Water and all it's so green, which we don't get that in California in the summer.
Not enough, yeah. Not enough. It's sad. Fresno, full run uphill.
Smash, it looks like.
You definitely have to change your run up and throw a little bit when you're going uphill. It's very easy to let go early and bail out.
Yeah.
So you really have to commit, maybe even overcommit a little bit to getting it high enough, but really pushing it out wide. Get a little Anheuser on it. Maybe club up 2, 3, 4 times.
Looking for something over there. This disc? That Simon's shot they're looking for?
Yeah, he did bail out early left.
Oh, replaying the shot.
The holy shot. That was nuts. Made the call to go there very late. Like, I don't know, a week or two before, maybe it wasn't that bad, but decided to go to Worlds last year, and very glad I did.
Yeah, it's a good time to go.
Yeah. Be going this year again too.
Simon is in the boondobs, as he said yesterday.
That's great.
And Paul was like, "What'd you say?" And someone was like, "The boonies." He's like, "Yeah, the boonies." And Paul's like, "No, what'd you say?"
Yeah,
like,
but what did you say?
He's like, the boondobs. He's like, "It's the boondocks."
Yeah. That's all right. Not his first language.
Big forehand roller, maybe.
Wow, not bad. That held for a while.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Simon,
that's the eagle disc right there.
Known for his forehands for sure. That's great. Oh, look at that lovely basket.
Look at that beautiful face of eagle. Tattoo artist did that.
If he could get just a half more revolution next time to orient the picture right, that'd be great. Somebody could, Terry, can you go ahead and let Simon know?
No response from Terry.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. So looking at the leaderboard right now, you've got Albert Tam at 7, Brody Smith at 7, Casey White, who's 6 through 14, Trevor Harbolt, 5 through 12, Hammis, 5, Gibson, 5. There's a decent amount of people. Robert Burridge, Alden Harris, and Cade Philomohala.
There was a pretty good shot. We just didn't have the height there from Cory Ellis. And to the side of the hill. It's got a long look for birdie now.
Feature card getting ready to tee off here.
If you see everyone with fresh haircuts, there's a dude there giving everyone haircuts. So
That's what's up.
yeah. Boy, Luke got a haircut.
That's kind of cool. I like
Yeah.
that. I like how much. I think we talked about it on the last podcast where these players, this is their life, their week to week, but each place that they visit, like for, OTB Open here in Stockton, like it's a big deal when they come through town. So it's cool that, a barber's like, you know what? Anybody wants a haircut? I got you. Just doing what we can to spoil these guys and girls when they roll through town.
Yeah, and it probably makes it easier on the players too, not having to go anywhere to think about getting a haircut and you end up looking like me and just don't shave, don't cut your hair.
Here we go, Paul. Like Aaron's saying, eager probably to wash the taste of the loss out of his mouth, but he played so well.
Yeah, looks like he's going forehand.
I think that is the right call. If I was equally as good at both, I think I would do that. But I know what you're saying. With
Definitely
the backhand.
safer.
It looks a little low, but still has a chance.
That flipped up nice though. Yeah, got a long look.
Good roll. He's going to get right to circle's edge. I think he might have snuck right inside circle one.
Definitely not outside of Paul's range.
It's going to be a great couple cards to watch. Anytime you've got Rick and Paul, like that's the battle of the last decade.
Yeah, and Rick's familiar with this course. He played USA DGC the same year Wiggins did, actually.
Okay. Yeah, Wiggins playing this event too.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, a little wide.
Nice and high.
So he's probably going to be just outside, but he's going to climb that hill a little bit. So yeah, he's going to have an uphill probably 40, 45. Inside Rick's range. That's a tester.
See a lot of fun backhands from Dickerson this week.
Yeah, Dickerson may be playing the best out of anyone if you take the course of the entire year. Obviously hasn't played every event, but the ones he's played, he's been on a tear.
Yeah, and for a very lefty forehand or forehand friendly course.
Sure.
Not someone that throws a lot of forehands.
Is he going
Buzz?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It looks inside.
A little bit. Not quite in Sexton territory, but he'll have to bend it around the outside of that tree.
And then last year's runner-up.
Yeah, and it's not a great start to this season, but really jumped out. Was it Idlewild was kind of his first event where we've finally seen him, towards the top of the leaderboard again. Certainly after his showing last year here, we were expecting very big things. He's so young, man. That looks pretty good. That looks like Paul line, maybe a little short.
Oh, big flare.
There we go.
Shot.
Yeah. That might be CTP. It's going to be between him and Paul by a matter of, 5 feet or less. Look at that gallery. Let's
nice
go.
Gallery. That'd be an interesting course to walk around and follow a card.
True. You're getting a workout, no doubt.
Got to stand on the side of a hill for a while.
Yeah.
Watch someone putt.
Cory Ellis, long birdie look.
Hey, that's a nice looking basket. Good job, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle with the graphics on that pyramid there. It's over to Casey White, probably on 15 now. Yep. So this is toughest hole on the course last year statistically. Playing difficult this year too. It's almost 1,000 feet, par 4. It's one that the players are like, is this really a par 4? It's so tough to get there in 2. We're not going to see a ton of birdies on 15, I don't think.
Bang, Simon with a big one. That was 60 feet, maybe.
Getting it started.
Effortless, no jump putt.
And so that was off a bad drive that was on the left side, and then a huge forehand Anheuser, full flex, get on top of the plateau, and then smash from deep. It's a lot of ways to do it.
Mm-hmm. I love how the fairways are mowed out here, and you can, from the aerial, you could see the aerial view. You could see everything perfectly.
The drone footage that Disc Golf Network has added this year has been great. Being able to pop it in on live and watch the fruition of an entire shot on a difficult hole.
Yeah. Nice shot by Dickerson. All right. The local weatherman was predicting raptor legs in these conditions.
Okay. Steep uphill. Center of that basket is probably 6 feet above his head. Oh, very close.
What a pid.
That wasn't off by more than 3 or 4 inches, probably. That looked center high cage.
Mm-hmm.
Hole 1 playing the 4th toughest right now. It's not everybody's through their round, so the statistics aren't perfect, but this one isn't the easiest, that's for sure. Hole 15 that they just showed earlier is second toughest, with hole 17 being at the top.
This hole is just, I think it's just really hard to get a 2.
Yep, Kyle's starting off perfect. I think Eagle was 8 through 9 last year in that third round, and I think Kyle was 7. So this front 9 is definitely scoreable. Obviously, it's the course that Paul shot the first 18 down on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's possible anymore because they changed par on a hole. They've
Agreed. It would be much more difficult.
Made it tougher.
Yeah, obviously possible. These athletes are insanely talented, but yeah, much less likely with the changes that they've made.
All shoes look like they got a big high heel on them.
Getting birdies.
Nice putt.
Cool, Rick and Dickerson cleaning up.
Oh, this is the PD.
Yeah, hole 3, dude. This is so much fun. So you got the downhill. Left side is OB. Right side is treacherous. Right side on hole 3, I think, is much worse than right side on hole 1. I think the trick on this one really is throwing downhill.
Mm-hmm.
You bring that height in, and you're going to bring in a lot of danger.
Colton, keep on turning.
Yeah, that angle looks really, really good.
Sick shot.
Parked.
Super sick shot. That just looks, just trusting your disc. Going at a tree, letting it just turn, and the natural flight of the disc happen.
Colton kind of like Cory Ellis, sneaky power.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very powerful, while not being in the conversation generally with a Garrett Gurthie, Eagle, etc.
This course is only in the ground June, July, and part of October. Interesting. So if you got to go there,
yeah, now's the time. I mean, I would imagine it's under snow a decent amount.
Yeah, but in August and September, nothing. Such a pretty property. Look at that.
Shout out U-Disc too. They're amazing.
Dude, they slay. Only getting better too.
Casey White. Trying to go up and down, save the par. Shouldn't be a problem.
Throwing roller.
I love popping up on the leaderboard 5 down through 9.
Please don't Avenger SS here. Nope, I'm a liar.
Yeah, my guess is Zeus or Force Flight.
Yeah. He was just looking like he was flexing it over. They're just going to throw a roller.
I know there are some that like to approach this hole with a roller. It's certainly not the common play for this top caliber, though.
He's probably just making sure he got it over right.
Likely a DD3 for Casey or for Kyle.
Yeah.
On a decent line. Yep. Flirted a little bit with the right side It had him watching, I'm sure, but no harm. Rick likes the Orbit Rive quite a bit. He's been throwing that a lot. Still throws the Enforcers too, but that looks like that Orbit plastic on the Rive.
Such a good flight. Center cut. There's like a little flat part, like not flatter part right there that I feel like a lot of them are kind of thrown for. Ooh,
Casey right off the top. Yeah, he's going to drop a stroke.
Ooh, a little low. Might get up though.
Just going to leave him a little bit more on that second shot. This one is, I feel like, one of the more iconic shots. You think of also like hole 17 and that perched green. You know, there's a handful of holes that are really signature to this, but climbing that hill that they're about to do on the second shot on hole 2 is nuts.
It's such an interesting shot because you got to get it up, and then, but it has to finish straight.
Yeah,
which is really weird.
Yeah, you can get a little bit of left at the end. It seems like it does have a tiny bit of natural fade as you enter the mouth of the green, but yeah, that's a full pump all the way up. I wonder what do you think they are throwing from there? Are they going like Paul, for example? You think he's going full, 12 speed again, or is he clubbing down to like an Onyx?
Yeah, I think he'd probably club down to an Onyx, but it's really hard to tell. I think it matters how good their drive is sometimes.
Sure. No
doubt.
Where
they're at. So Casey on another iconic hole.
Yeah, this one's sweet.
Such a, it's a pump really straight line.
Sure.
It's like 400 feet dead straight.
Little downhill, but then I think a little uphill at the end. It looks so downhill here, but we were watching the FPO live this morning, and I think Paige was throwing a buzz, which certainly lends credence to the downhill thought. But I think it was either Elaine or Ian or Terry saying that it's not really that downhill. This one, there's no doubt about it. It is very uphill.
Dickerson looks to be throwing the same disc he drove with.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me a ton. And he was a little bit shorter, so he needs a little more distance than his competitors. Is that Scorch, I think?
Is it?
Scorch, yeah.
Interesting.
Understable, 12 speed. He's going to crest it. He will have an open-ish look. Those trees might be in the way, but otherwise he's just outside circle 1, ready for a patented Dickerson step putt.
That look like a stable Scorch.
Yeah, I think those Z's do have a little bit of beefiness to it.
He is throwing uphill, but
yeah.
Cory Ellis.
Yeah, forced nose up shot when you think about it, Cory with the full rip. Maybe going touch deep. Not much, though. Yeah, look at that.
Pretty good shot there, Cory. Cory, part of the OTB Brixton disc golf card set.
Yeah, LWS client, Schaefer and Nate Perkins. It's getting around the edge. He got through the corner, but he's going to have a little bit more than Dickerson left, it looks like.
Kyle Klein looks like he's in a good spot.
Yeah, I think the right side of the fairway, if you could choose, is where you would want to be. That looks perfect.
Yep.
They didn't show the finish of that, but I'd be surprised if he's not inside the circle. Maybe even inside 15. So let's see if we can figure out what Rick's throwing here. I think it might be like 8 speedish, like Explorer maybe. That might be the Orbit Felon.
I think he's good. Oh yeah.
Or is it
maybe.
Rive? We'll have to see.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went back to the Rive.
I'm gonna guess Felon, but both of us will be wrong because he picks up the other disc.
Ooh.
That looked like a smaller rim disc.
It also looked like he rushed that shot.
Somebody told him it was 25 seconds. Like, I gotta go. Giddy up.
Looks like Rick's rocking that fresh haircut.
Rick has rocked a lot of styles this year. We got bucket hat Rick.
Mhm.
He was clear glasses at OTB Open Rick.
Yep.
Simon approaching hole 3. That looks very nice.
There was like 80s gangster Rick rocking the chain and
Sure.
the slick back hair for a bit.
Colton on
That
16.
looks
Yeah.
real good.
I'm guessing
Go in.
MD3 gonna hit the tower.
Perfect. What's Colton at right now?
I like that black and teal get up he's got too. That's solid.
Bringing you all the fashion news in this coverage.
Colton's 3 down through
All right.
16. Actually, he just tapped in that bird according to UDisc. We're gonna spoil this. I couldn't
Yeah.
care less.
Paul, real interesting, like jump throw.
Yeah.
Oh!
Let's go.
Paul McBeth. What in the world?
I don't think he could see it from where he was.
That was one of the most interesting shots I've ever seen thrown. It was like a jump throw.
Yeah. Did he get some upper body like twist?
Yeah,
As far
it
as
looked
the
like
throw
it.
part of it?
Show this replay.
That was ridiculous.
I wonder what he threw. Zone?
I'm guessing Luna still. I think that's his green, like CT Lunas. He's got a little twist to it.
The fist pump.
No smile though.
No,
No
he's
smile.
there. He's there to win.
Yeah, he's
Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Paul blew the field out this weekend.
Paul's got that Michael Jordan like mentality where I think, like you're saying earlier, they can perceive slights that maybe aren't even there.
Yeah.
And you're just feeding yourself like everyone's doubting me.
Did you see the still shot of after Terry was like a European Open runner-up at the press conference this year? His still
No.
shot was like pissed.
Yeah.
Like, you call me a runner-up? Dickerson with a long birdie look.
Yeah, Rick gave it a little bit. Came up just shy. Should be tapping from 15 or less for his par.
I feel like this is a tap in for Dickerson step putt.
I mean, it's going to be solid.
Oh, wow. Never mind.
That was the worst putt I've ever seen.
That was the worst putt I've ever seen Dickerson make, actually. 100%.
Yeah, he's so solid from there. Gets the 1 pump, gets the 2 pump. It's usually just seeking
Laser
metal.
show. This putt is so flat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Paul with a much easier birdie on hole 1, but manages to get it on hole 2 in spectacular fashion. He's 2 down through 2. Here's Kyle to match that pace.
Oh,
Dang.
frustration.
It was a little bit longer than the one on hole 1. Hole 1 was a good one to hit, man. I think everybody that's played tournaments has had those, hole 1 nerves, jitters. This is the tournament that you gave, a great chance to win last year. There's a little pressure. He's hometown, at least more local than anyone else on this card.
Where's he from? I don't even know.
I think he's Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh, there's Paul's on hyzer the whole time. Uphill.
Yeah, let's
throw.
get this going. Oh, he wasn't happy after that second shot.
He's like, I don't even have a caddy.
It's interesting the players that choose to have a caddy or that don't. Like Eagle never has a caddy. I don't know that I've seen Rick ever have a caddy. Yeah.
Rick says he likes carrying his bag.
And then Paul's flying his Finnish caddy out to USDGC. That was a cool post.
Yeah, it's super cool. Been his caddy for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, nice fly over here for hole 3. So all that left side, you see the white stakes, that's all OB. The right side is natural OB. It might even be worse. You go out on the left side, you've got a drop zone that you can get up and down from, but you've got to work for it. I believe the center area where the grip 6 is an OB. It'd be popping up on the graphic. So it's just advertising space. There's nothing to avoid there.
That should be OB.
Yeah, long is OB. Simon.
Oh,
man.
Not a lot of good putts so far.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start.
Other than Paul's ginormous putt.
Yeah, that was awesome. This looks like Melton, definitely with the lefty. This is on 16, I believe, with Colton and Casey. You know that's going in. A little bit of a colorful card, but he's on the right side of par.
Paul.
So, yeah,
He had a buzz in his hands.
Yeah, we've seen players club down on this hole because it's way more important to not go OB like it looks like that one might be heading towards. It's going to sit down well, though.
Nice.
But yeah, it's way more important to be safe and to be on the fairway than to chunk off a ton of distance.
Yeah, they'll throw a distance driver on their second shot if they need to, just to be sure you're in bounds. And you can get a decent amount of distance with the downhill.
Yeah. These players are throwing mid-ranges and fairways so far. This looks like he's going with that DD3 that he threw on hole 2, though.
It looks like he put that perfectly, too.
Yeah. That's so much power.
Center cut.
Yeah, that's beautifully placed.
It's about as good as you can get.
Yeah, I think so. He's not going to be left with, much more than 300. I don't even know if he's going to have that much left.
Rick's going the Rive. So it looks like it's either that or that Felon. But it's the same one he threw up the last tee. Same color, at least.
Yeah, this one's 915 feet, par 4 for the men.
Definitely.
Par 5 for the women.
A little right for Rick. Uh-oh.
Yeah, has a chance to bounce out.
Decent kick, it looks like. Maybe not.
Yeah, spotter's tracking down in there a little bit. This is Cory.
This basket looks low. Maybe it's just because all the other ones are high.
Yeah, well, it's got the same kind of pyramid, but regulation height.
Dickerson really attacking downwards on this.
Yeah, I feel like that's the play. It really limits how much it can travel. He's still flirting the right side.
Good kick.
Yeah. He might have to shape it a little bit to the right on his second shot, but I don't think it's going to be too tough. Gorgeous property.
Ooh, hooligan discs. The Yeet.
Yeah. I like it, man. You know what? Get goofy with disc names. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways to play it from a branding perspective. You look at new companies like Hooligan trying to break into the industry. You look at someone like Clash that's going with all flavors. The naming matters.
Doomsday disc. When none of their discs are PDGA approved and they say they're not going to be, I think.
Yeah, which is an interesting take on it. I wonder what percent of our sport actually plays PDGA events. I think it's I don't know. What's your take on that?
50%? No.
I think it's way lower.
Way lower?
I do, yeah. I think there's a lot of casual recreational players that
I think
don't
there
end
is
up playing
too.
it.
I just don't know how many.
This hole's dope. I love 17. And I think it's a slightly new tee pad, longer left.
This looks a little different. I mean, that tree's familiar though.
Yeah, I could be wrong on that. I think there's a chance that only 9, 10, 11 changed, but I feel like there might be minor tweaks. These courses, man, they're always having to make it a little bit tougher because everybody's getting better and better every year. And you got new players, Kyle Klein. He's not necessarily new anymore, but certainly one of the premier young talents in our sport.
Yeah, Gannon Burr.
Yeah. There's some
another
kids.
one.
Arlinghouse was up at the top of the leaderboard early. Let's see how he finished. I think he was 5 down at one point.
He's real young. 16, 17 maybe. Maybe younger.
Finished at 3. Not bad at all. It was 4 down through 8. That front 9 is definitely, this front 9 here is where you want to score.
Yeah, Rick's in the thick of things. Look at this. This is not good looking.
No, again, that OB on the left side really makes you want to miss right. But this is what happens when you go too far right. You're not going to lose a stroke due to penalty, but you're not going to be able to attack the same way at all. That looked pretty good. Got out there. He should have an up and down from 200-ish.
It's Paul. Something with a nice halo rim to it.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't like it, though.
No, tossed it aside.
Toss it aside.
He's got to be going fairway driver here. I would assume like a Raptor.
Yeah, maybe an Onyx.
Yeah, Onyx if he wants a little more glide. It looked like it might have been that small, like, test flight stamp Onyx.
Is this the one where he chained out of it?
I think it is, yeah, where he skipped up and chained out on that 18 down, yeah. Yep, Paul with about a 18-footer to go 3 for 3.
Paul doing Paul things. This hole's interesting.
Yeah, it's one that you really, really want to get the 3 on, and I feel like you should. I'm going to look at the course stats, but...
Oh, nice shot. Nate Sexton.
Yeah, it seems like it's relatively easy to get where the two of them are standing right there, and then it's a simple enough up and down, but there is danger there.
Yeah, I feel like you just got to get past those trees to the right spot. But if you're behind them at all, it gets a little weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dickerson.
Yeah, hole 4 is the easiest hole on the course right now.
Chappa Dickerson. Nice gallery for day one.
Yeah, really not bad at all. So that was one thing with the European Open. Obviously, giant crowd there, and I think partly is Europe treats disc golf differently. You know, a little bit more professional view of it than here in the States. And then it was free to spectate there, where it seemed like it was free pretty much everywhere to spectate until COVID. And then beautiful upshot there by Klein. And then there was such a drastic increase in demand basically to spectate. And, you know, the Pro Tour and these venues and TDs realized that there's a lot left on the table to collect from spectator fees, but you're seeing the galleries grow and grow. And you know, we don't run the OTB Open, but we're privy to a lot of the information and the Sean's with 1,000 Rated Productions, Sean Jack, Sean Mercy. They did a great interview on the Upshot podcast, and so they're pretty open with the financials. A lot of it does end up going back to the players, which is nice too. That's one of the reasons why the purses are growing and growing. Well worth paying for, in my opinion. You're never going to get as close to these players as you can right now. What an incredible
Simon
forehand.
Forehand roller.
So we've got Simon now on hole 2 with a huge, you know, flex forehand, and now he's throwing this little like chip forehand roll up the hill, executed to near perfection.
What a sick shot. A little low. The line's so pretty though.
No, that was a perfect line from Casey there.
A little height.
Yep.
That's the hole where Eagle was straddling last year.
That shot was insane.
Stokely replicated that shot.
Yeah,
it was a little shorter, but
yeah, that's a tough one, man.
I feel like you have to be of a certain height to even be able to do that shot.
Sure, I could see that.
Or leg length, I guess, is a better.
Yeah, just a standstill forehand. Eagle throwing the new at the time C-line DD3, which I think is somewhat understable for him. It's not for most humans. And throwing that one so nicely. Paul going 3 for 3, making good. Dickerson just in the basket right now for his birdie.
Rick for par. Rick starting out slow.
Yeah, a little bit. A lot of holes. You know, he's not going anywhere. He wants to put up a good fight and is more than capable.
And Kyle Klein with another birdie.
Yeah, Kyle just smashing that drive, making easy work.
Now they're showing Paul's 18 down.
Throwback to the barrel elevated baskets too. Here's going to be the skip in and out.
What a funny skip.
So this hole's not here anymore, 5. That one's changed since. But that was a cool shot shape. Hole 16's cool, man. Just it shows you exactly what you need to do. You've got a great view right at it, but it's not the easiest gap to hit. Such a late gap.
This putt on 18 was so cool.
And he knew exactly what he was playing for at that point. Gets it. Said, I'm going to be on SportsCenter, Mom.
He's been on SportsCenter a time or two.
Yeah. And hole 10's changed. The one hole that he parred that year.
That's the one where you like throw up they were throwing like up the hill on Annie, right?
Yeah, huge Annie landing on like a 30-degree angle hillside. Yeah, Paul certainly has you're talking about Rick in the USA DGC and playing here before. Paul's got some great memories here too.
Yeah, Paul's got a lot of good memories here. It's Discraft home country, like we've said. Look at those views.
Gorgeous Michigan. Yeah, Albert and Brody, their scores are still holding up at 7s. Now there's not any player at a 6. Quite
Still
a few
playing.
of them at 5, with 4 of them already in the clubhouse. Ty Love in the best spot, being only through 11 holes. Trevor Harbolt through 14.
Shout out Ty Love on my fantasy team.
Yeah, Skip Ace Fantasy Disc Golf. That was fun. Did a year-long draft league. That was a good time.
Yeah, shout out JVD, who's working right now.
True.
Bringing us this great coverage.
He's working. We're just chilling.
Drink. I'm going to have to get more beer soon.
Yeah, definitely going to need a refill here.
Kyle Klein throwing something that looks like Metal Flake.
They just dropped an FD3 run for the European Open.
That might be what that was.
We'll have those in a couple weeks, probably. It's been cool to see all the new releases come from Discmania with their new facility where they're manufacturing their own discs now in Sweden with the help of Latitude 64.
Dickerson with the high line. Looks pretty good.
Playing almost half a stroke under par. This, again, is our easiest hole, hole 4.
There's like 3 shots, 3 very different up shots, it seems like right now.
Mm-hmm.
All of these shots look very similar to each other.
Yeah.
And they're not really in this. None of them are in the same spot.
Yeah, those like sporadically placed trees can lead to very different second shots, but it's all close enough that you're just going to have to stretch out one way or the other. This hole 5 is beautiful,
especially with the grass now.
Corey Ellis really likes the look of hole 5 as well.
What a shot.
Little kiss off the tree at the end just to help it a little bit more.
Parked. It's as parked as you can get.
Yeah, so hole 5 was a change from last year where they shaped up this fairway where it's really tight off the gap, and they just want you to throw straight as can be. And then this year, they've added a bunch of grass on the fairway. It's really a nice touch aesthetically.
Yeah, it looks like thin grass, so this still slides down it.
True. Coming off from a little bit of elevation. Looks like it's about 20 or 30 feet downhill.
Simon trying to copy Corey. Oh, big skip.
I get Maple vibes from this hole.
Yeah.
Like Maple hole 7, somewhere in that area. Similar look and taxing a shot shape where you're just forced to throw it straight.
Paul might have the weirdest upshot of the bunch.
Yeah. Backhand flex. Might very well be a forehand zone upshot too. Weighing out his options. It's like he's grabbing a buzz or something of the sort.
It looks like a jawbreaker plastic. Could be wrong.
Yeah, it does look like a more base plastic. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a CT, Wasp or Buzz OS, something like that. I remember he was throwing that jawbreaker Wasp, I think it was for a while, which was super flippy. Full power grip.
Didn't take any time.
Nah.
Might be a Luna.
It's possible. It did look like it was a little bit more beveled than that, and it was a mid. Either way, throwing it very nicely. He's going to have that left to go 4 for 4.
Rick, little flex forehand.
He's going with that orbit slammer, I think.
I think it's beef.
Yeah. He's got that so dialed, whether it was with, when he was with Latitude earlier and throwing the harp, or with Innova and the pig, or now, back with Dynamic. Yeah, where he's throwing that slammer's coming out so nice. There's so much trust that he can just throw his, 80-90% forehand and trust the heck out of it. Kyle didn't like where Rick's disc was placed, so he's going to move it a little bit.
He wants Rick to putt first. Get the wind read.
Yeah, that's probably one of the more wooded greens. I doubt there's much going on. He's like, just let me know if there's anything. I'll go ahead, sit back, check out your putt first. Dickerson last to approach here on hole 4. Likely a putter, maybe a mid up. A little deep, but all 4 of our competitors tapping out birdies. That's my guess.
Easiest hole in the course.
Yeah, they're making it look like it.
Yeah.
It's 4 different spots on the upshot. So they did have to throw, slightly different shots. But similar results. Nate Heinold there, the TD of Ledgestone and DGLO. So that's a hardworking human as far as disc golf events goes. There's 800 on the AM side.
Simon with a dad putt.
Yeah. I think he was, I don't want to say he debuted it at OTB Open, but he certainly used it a few times there with water right behind some of our pins.
Mm-hmm. Dude, he's draining those.
Yeah. Simon with not the best showing at European Open, but otherwise coming off as hot a streak as anyone this year with back-to-back OTB Open, Portland wins.
He said he felt like he was exhausted before the tournament started because all the things he had to do.
Sure.
All the being in Europe. He said, "Is Tampere? Is that how you say it pronounced?"
Oh, I'm not sure.
But the city there, and he says it's one of his favorite cities in the world.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of obligations, media and otherwise.
It's tough being so loved, man.
Yeah.
I can only imagine, Simon.
I mean, he played the Skins and the President's Cup the day before.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, arguably greatest player ever from across the pond.
Yeah, he's the greatest European ever.
Easy tap in so far from Dickerson and Paul.
Ooh, Rick almost had a spit out.
Yeah, the basket thought about handing it right back to him. Kyle, last one to tap in. And we're done. Hole 4 is now, finished at 0.47 under par.
Pretty easy for the pros, at least.
Yeah, hole 5, middle of the pack, playing about even. 480-foot par 3.
Nice Casta. Oh, new driver, August 1st.
That's exciting. Dude, Casta's hot.
Yeah.
Their glow, it's for like best glow in the game. It's them and MVP, 1A, 1B. Like,
apparently Lone Stars is fire also.
Okay. So we haven't tested that much. We've had their plastic in.
Yeah.
I felt like we would have tested the glow a little bit, but we'll have to retry it. Also, like Latitude 64s, the harps that they did for Rick came out really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The Rainmakers from Discmania came out nice. We've got the glow from Discraft on the ESP Buzz that we just got in.
Much better than it was.
Yeah, they've improved a lot. That's something that if I was a manufacturer, I would be focusing on getting the brightest glow possible.
In different colors.
Absolutely. I think there's something to that. Yeah. Was it MVP debuted their blue glow on, I think, like Inertias. I could be wrong on that. Might have been Crave. Like a year ago.
I think Paul's throwing Onyx here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Little downhill, but 480. Onyx is something he can rip on and trust. It's getting a little squirrely to the right.
Might not be an Onyx. Never mind.
Yeah.
It definitely had a Paul stamp.
Okay.
Like across. Like the stock stamp. But it was, if I were to guess, it was a silver diamond plate.
Guessing the stamp foil?
Yeah, because it was very like
reflective.
Yeah. Kind of, oh, that's a good.
I think he's going either like second run FD for Kyle here or a PD. It had that old circle stock stamp on it, and it looked like it was a lower speed, 7 to 10 range disc.
I think these Discmania pros might throw the most expensive bags.
There's a good chance. I think, I'd be hard pressed to disagree with that. I think maybe some of the Innova ones too, but
and Paul.
Sure. Yeah. Well, or Sexton with
Yeah.
all his Sexton Firebirds. He's like, I don't know. I got a disc or two that's probably worth more than your whole bag.
Yeah. Paul's zone's worth most people's bags.
Yep. Dickerson not missing by a ton, just a little
Dude, that
early.
stayed so straight.
It did. And so he'll be able to, I would imagine, fight through that stuff. I'm guessing he's only going to have about 10 feet of thick foliage, and then he's out in the open. Should be an easy enough up and down, but I don't know that he'll have a great run at the 2. Rick with the full curl. Oh, that's looking tasty. It's going to burn out probably a little short, but he should have a wide open look from 40-ish.
Yeah, it's hard to be too angry with that shot on this hole, I feel like.
Yeah. I think the play really is to kind of hug that left side with something that you trust to turn up a little bit and just let it drift. Definitely wanting to club down if you can afford to. It's 480. It's playing downhill, so you're probably throwing, effective distance 420 plus.
This shot right here is either right after they watered or it rains.
Yeah.
Or there's some great color grading going on.
Yeah, it is a little bit greener. As you get down to the actual green, it ends up being less green, but still beautiful. Nice addition.
Yeah, I love it. And that background, is that cornfield?
I'm gonna guess no, but I could be wrong. That'd be an interesting one to come harvest.
I feel like Paul, like all the best golfers are always walking out front.
Generally, like I know Rick and Eagle are usually really quick out there. Harsby's one great player that comes to mind that's more likely to hang back. Usually mid conversation with somebody. Love Gray. He's relatively local, or at least was. He relocated to Texas.
More centralized for travel and stuff.
Oh yeah, state taxes. There's a lot of reasons to not want to be in California, but we definitely love it out here.
Especially as someone that travels around. There's no reason to make California your home state if you live in a van most of the year.
Yeah, their home is definitely on the road. Paul trying to keep the perfect round. It's going to be just shy.
He's got an eagle now.
Yeah. Still a fantastic start. Trying to locate Dickerson's lie. Who do you think has the more, or I guess, who's got the best forehand between some traditional backhand players like Conrad and Calvin and Chris? Who do you like best out of the 3 for forehand game?
Probably like Calvin. To me, it's Calvin or Dickerson.
Yeah. Sorry, James.
I think it's Calvin.
Calvin's has been getting really good lately.
He has the power to go along with.
True.
But Dickerson's forehand's not terrible.
No, not at all. Not at all.
He just doesn't bust it out a lot.
Yeah, or think of like a Matteo and a Kale kind of in that same group.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. He had more than 10 feet then in that thick for sure. I thought he might be able to line up a long jump putt. Forced to go with a little forehand touch shot. Here's Rick's look. Probably right around that 40 mark. I don't see the circle's edge whiskers, but just outside. Yeah, a little low the whole way.
Yeah. Not the greatest putting performances we're seeing.
Yeah, still a little bit slow to start for kind of the whole field, it feels like. Hole
Kyle
6 coming
Klein.
up, another middle of the pack hole as far as difficulty. You've got Calvin popping into solo third right now, 6 down through 12. Ty Love still at 5. He's got a birdie look from circle 2, chance to make one up.
Kyle Klein and Paul are both at 4.
Hamas, who was on lead card in last year's final round, is 5 down through 17.
How's our boy KJ doing?
Let's find him.
That's not a good start.
No, he's 2 up through 6.
Ooh, KJ.
No birdies yet.
This is a KJ course, I feel like.
Yeah, it is. I think this is one that he's traditionally played pretty well. I think it's even one. I love how McBeth is not afraid to say, you know, a little extra in the press conferences. Like I always go back to him, you know, calling out Rick before Rick won his first world title.
Ooh, that's not a good spot to be, it looks like.
And so I think I remember him talking about Kevin Jones and saying there's only a few courses that he's worried about him on, and this was one of them.
Cool looking hole. I think that was Simon we just saw throw a roller.
Yeah, that just didn't quite stand up tall enough. This looks like one that if you dropped the perfect roll, there's a chance it could get here. That downhill isn't going to let a roll continue, though. Yeah, this was a new hole. I remember seeing it on the Brody and Ezra videos, which are great previews that they drop before every tournament. Definitely worthwhile coverage, especially if you're hungry to see what it's going to be like that weekend. And this is one that they were throwing to try to get to where Sexton's throwing from right now. I think they were throwing like meteors, Anheuser. So they're throwing like understable mids, just trying to get somewhere in this landing zone that Presnell's in too. And then you still have to execute this shot that finishes up to the right. It's still a decent ways
Nice
too. That
shot.
was absolutely perfect.
Presnell gets the disc to turn with the nose up so well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at where Simon's at. He's down in the hole. It wasn't that bad of a throw, actually. Easy up shot.
Yeah, that's not a terrible play. There's so much going on down in there that if you do, you know, drop that roll and play the cut, I feel like there's a lot of safety landing in those zones down there as long as you cover enough distance.
Just don't go off the fairway. Cory Ellis for birdie, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, big uphill. He certainly has power on the putt.
Bang.
Ooh, gorgeous.
What a putt.
You want a refill?
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
Let me get a dad joke stuff. Danny Corbett on the beer refills. Another look at that putt. Ooh, barely hung on in there. Disc was dancing a little bit. Ezra shot a 3 down. Kyle Klein, Big Annie. Oh, roller. It's down in the same spot as Simon was. That might be the play for all these top pros. Big backhand roller to get into the mouth of the bottom. See if Paul does it. Yep. Nope. He hit the first tree. Seems like he stayed up on the ledge though, so you might have something interesting to get to the green. Simon for birdie. Gets it to stick. 4 down through 6 is a good start for Simon. Dickerson throwing probably meteor, actually. Rick roller. Hit a tree, hit another tree. So many trees in this fairway. Sexton with the bird. Paul McBeth hit the first tree available. Seems like roller is the play on that hole. And Paul's going to have, I don't know what he's going to do. Lay up, I guess. I don't think he could get there.
How much did he advance? That's
Not
an FPO
much.
pad.
He hit that Y tree right there. It's the tree they're trying to get around on the roller.
Yeah.
And he just smacked it.
Yeah, that's going to make this hole very tough.
Kyle Klein's in the bunker. Rick's on the plateau after throwing a roller. He hit a tree. And then Dickerson threw Meteor probably.
Yeah. I like a par 4 like this that forces you to lay up. It's nice to have eagleable ones too, you know, to have a mix. But a par 4 that a lot of players are choosing to throw a mid is a cool thought.
I think it is. It reminds me of golf a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
You can still attack it, but there's a lot more danger in attacking it.
Yeah, there we go. They're showing the leaderboard now. Tons of people at 5.
Yeah. Some new names too. Newer names. I mean, Ty Love, Robert Burridge, Cade.
I think. Do you think we'll see double digits?
Yeah. Today or
today?
Yeah. Simon, Kyle Klein, Paul. All have a chance.
All are 4 down through 6. So is Cory.
Yeah, I think for sure one person will do it. Look at the wind speed, 1 mile an hour, temperature 77.
Low.
Perfect.
Great overview. Look at all that. There's so many trees so tightly packed. Man, we're sitting here in California, so jealous. Yeah, Cory Ellis, they're calling that 49 feet on U-disc. Big uphill. That was at least like a 60-foot power throw, probably a little bit more.
Interesting shot shape for a backhand here.
Yeah, I think like hole 1 in your argument, it suits it better as a backhand than a forehand, though.
Yeah, probably. It's just tough to pull
still
off.
hard. Yeah, that was a very difficult angle, but he's going to have a bid. He's probably just outside, maybe snuck inside outer edge of the circle 1.
He might have thrown a Champions Cup buzz.
Okay.
It looks like
cool
that
run.
plastic.
Yeah. Nice like swirl, almost like the 2020 Tour Series Z swirl that Discraft came out with. And like a little bit of sparkle additive. Maybe even a little bit of TI. It's so fun to mess with the plastics. I think that's what I would be most excited to do if I was ever in, a manufacturing facility, is to mess around with the different plastics.
Yeah.
See how they come out, see how they look, see how they feel, see how they fly. It's quite an adventure.
Rick's taking a backdoor route. He's pretty far right of the gap.
Yeah, it looks like he filleted it.
That was perfect. So many trees in this hole.
Yeah, that's a decent amount of guardians if you're not aiming through that one big main gap that they're going to walk through here.
Then we got Kyle Klein down at the bottom left. I think that's Paul's disc, the blue one right there.
Okay. Yeah, so shouldn't have too much trouble getting up and down. I doubt there's going to be a real aggressive attack for him for birdie.
Ooh, we got a nice bug on the camera lens there.
And so what was Kyle's approach to here?
Roller off the tee.
Nice. So you've got people either choosing to go
They look short.
Backhand roller or mid-range.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. Like backhand roller, you usually think of as like a pretty aggressive play and something where you want to cover, just about as much distance as possible. You can throw farther with a roller than you can an air shot. And it's either that or a mid.
Cory. Another pretty pool.
This hole's
A
cool.
little off the fairway, but
Yeah, scaring some spectators.
Paul
Perfect.
with a $12,000 zone.
No, that looked like it's something swirly.
Oh, it is.
Is that the Malta?
Oh, that might be that whatever Malta we saw on his post today.
Yeah, and so I think there's an exclusive run of the Malta, which is a slightly overstable mid in Paul's Discraft lineup. And I think this is the first. I'm just guessing it's like a jawbreaker or a lower grade plastic. I think it's the first time we've seen a Malta in a non-premium plastic. Simon hanging it out wide as well is going to hang out with Cory over there. See what they have to contend with on their second shot.
Dickerson with the uphill stepper.
Yeah, wanting revenge for the missed stepper on hole 2.
Yeah, the worst putt we've ever seen. Bang.
Yep.
Nothing. I told you it's automatic normally.
Robot Chicken, one of the better nicknames in our sport.
Yeah, it's a great nickname. I didn't understand it at first. I still really don't, but that's all right.
Well, I think the robotic is, or the robot part is just from him being so robotic. The chicken, I'm not entirely sure. There's probably some early inside joke there that we're not privy to. Rick making good on the bird. You know, he was hungry. He's dropped a few shots on the putting green. Kyle going 5 for 6. Paul not quite keeping pace. Let's see, I've got Kyle already in a tie for 4th place through just 6 holes. Albert and Brody have been done for a while. Calvin still, here we go. They're going to pop up the leaderboard on the screen too. Calvin 6 through 13. Calvin not playing particularly well in his Europe swing.
No, not really. It might be his first trip to Europe.
Yeah, I think that might be true.
I think it's very easy to get lost in all the other stuff,
Sure.
more so than the golf.
Well, and it was interesting to see who chose to play Sula.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know if anyone that played President's Cup also played Sula. Was Conrad on President's Cup?
Yeah.
I feel like it would be kind of wild if he wasn't, being the reigning world champ.
I think he was.
But he might have been the only one that played Sula and President's Cup. There's definitely a lot
Calvin didn't play
activities.
President's Cup?
I feel like he should, but I don't know. Maybe I'm
he did.
picturing the wrong names.
And KJ was the
alt. Mm-hmm. Was this Gossage? Yeah, it is.
Super cool guy. Throws bombs, forehand and backhand.
The disc comes out of his hand faster than most.
He throws that laser shot like so good.
Yeah.
He knew. I'm not sure if he's still doing it, but he was wearing a glove on his backhand throws.
Mm-hmm. I think this is Ty Love. No, Cole Dolan. They're both young.
Super slow walk up and an explosive power.
For Cole?
Yeah.
That reminds me of like a Tristan Tanner.
Mm-hmm. He's so fast at the hit point, though.
Yeah.
Like.
Good flip and hold. It's still going to finish on the left side. This is one that Brody and Ezra were saying, if you have like elite power, you're getting a little bit on that hill, but it's kind of an interesting like gauge for distance.
This is when they move the tee pad back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all throwing, like everyone was getting to the base of the hill at least before. Yeah, this is the one where when Simon went live with Paul.
Oh, that was the hole they were on?
Yeah, and Paul was throwing that new disc. And
that new disc looked like it was speed 13.
Yeah. And this is where Simon was like, yep, we're in the boondobs. I'm going to start calling that forever now. We're going out to the boondobs.
Fresnel with the second. They weren't really in too bad of spots over there. That was Simon with the approach earlier, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where it looked like he might have some trouble and had gone too far right, but he's still going to be able to salvage a birdie look.
Here's Simon, second throw.
Okay, so yeah, it wasn't him earlier. He is in the thick of it.
Yeah, worried about hitting his hand on a forehand.
Going another forehand, third forehand for Simon this round. All
Simon's
scrambling.
forehand's getting great. What another good shot.
Yeah, include him in the conversation from earlier.
I think Simon has the best. I wouldn't consider Simon. He's more forehand friendly than the others.
Yeah.
To me, at least.
Yeah, I think Calvin's the one that's been putting maybe the most work in on it as far as, outsider looking in. We've seen him throw more forehands than the other ones traditionally, where he was all backhand. Calvin's backhand is so good.
Paul was talking about Simon's forehand the other day.
Yeah, what'd he have to say?
It's just if Simon's forehand's good, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to stop.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
But he gets the elbow pain. That's why he stops throwing the forehand.
Yeah, that's a real thing. I mean, there's been a lot of discussion, obviously, with Eagle bringing it back to the forefront and not throwing forehand at all and, recovering from the injury that he is. There's been a lot of talk about whether players will transition away from, a forehand.
What a run. A little long.
A little bit deep, but
Looks
he's
like
looking
some
right at
TI
it.
plastic.
Yeah, we haven't seen the TI zones in a little while. They just reran the Jawbreaker, which it had been a bit since they had done that. So many plastic types, but zone's extremely popular. That's going to be, I think, maybe even like a Challenger or something like that. Very straight and maybe a Roach. I'm guessing putter on that one.
Mm-hmm. TI Roach is a good disc. It's a poor man's Luna if you want to go find one.
Mm-hmm. Go Calvin on 14.
If you like Big Z Lunas, try Big Z or TI Roach.
Calvin with the Halo Destroyer. The signature disc, that one not from one of his signature runs. Looks like an earlier stock stamp, but that's going to be right up there. I don't think they have a catch cam all the way up to 14 yet, but that one looked like it was in perfect position.
Oh, what a good bid.
Wow, that was very close. Not off by much at all.
A lot of uphill putts is what I've noticed.
Yeah, not a ton of like downhill putts really. I'm trying to think of them, and they're certainly out there. You'd think of Eagle on 18s green back to back, but it really is a lot more uphill towards the pin than down.
Yeah, I just think part of it's where the pin placements are, but it's hard to get to a lot of these pins, so you're short and you're climbing a hill. It's kind of what I notice.
Another great scramble. I'm calling it a scramble, but it's still a birdie. But a great, out of position birdie for Simon. At least his third one.
Yeah, with a forehand approach.
Yep, again. He threw that forehand roller earlier that was so clean.
Yeah, he's got a forehand flex, forehand hyzer, and forehand roller.
Yep.
Scramble shots.
Coming back for birdie.
Such a smooth putt.
Great start to be 5 through 7.
Yeah, I just feel like one of these 4 or 5 that are kind of shredding right now.
Yeah,
will get to 10 probably.
Yeah, front 9 playing a little bit easier, but you get someone who's in that 7-8 range, it should be pretty easy. And even if they're only 4 or 5, these guys are so good that they can go lights out on that back 9.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Rick shot a 10.
Yeah, there's like 3 down or something, through. Yeah, well, screw it. We're just going full Raptor legs round 1.
Kyle throwing that DD. I think it's a DD2 at least. Or DD3.
Yeah, DD3.
It's an older run, though.
Yeah, the vinyl stamp on it, I think. One of the Discmania specialty stamps. A little bit early left. What a great gallery for Friday. I know we've mentioned it a few times, but look at that.
So many volunteers. I think everyone in the red Discraft shirts is volunteers, too.
Note to self: get a red Discraft T-shirt before I go next year. This one's definitely on my list to visit, especially with Discraft so close. Holding out wide a little bit.
Yeah, just clip that.
So he's going to have an uphill run up, but I think altogether that won't be the most difficult shot shape to achieve a putt.
Rick with that Royal Rive again.
Yeah. That looks perfect.
Rick's backhand's so powerful.
It is. So he'll be a little left side. I don't know if he'll have to go like kind of high forehand ante through with the yeah, I don't think he'll be forced to ante too much at all. I'm gonna guess he might be in slammer range.
That looked like some pretty plastic there.
Yeah, I think that one might have even been dyed.
Ah, makes sense.
There we go. Right on the edge of the fairway.
Yep.
I think that's probably prime position out of the four of them. Rick's not going to be in a bad spot either. Sunstein.
You got any smart ideas up in that noggin?
It's
Head on over to Sunstein.
funny hearing them talk about NFTs anytime they bring up Sunstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, trademarks,
sick
all sorts of
art.
that. You were talking about this earlier too. Maybe somebody will steal this idea, but having a stamp that's somewhat similar to this and a little bit of color on there. You can go 3 foil, MVP, or even 3 like infinite. And then having people be able to color in the stamp, I think would be cool.
Yeah. Wonder if how well like Sharpie sticks to stamps.
I mean, it'll be fine because it'll just be the black outline, so it'll be just the disc.
Gotcha.
Well, 8's an interesting one. Now we're on the green of 14.
Hordalen.
Pull 2 down right now. Looking to go 3.
Another mini pyramid. Dang.
Actually hit that to go 2. Yeah, I knew that thing was going to correct me. Looking at you, disc, and just a little bit ahead. Yeah, so here you want to get through, and then you just want to go left. You don't want to push forward too far. Like Simon's gonna have to flex something around. He might go forehand, or I would expect, honestly, is a backhand flex shot to try to land flat going on that uphill. Yeah, here's Dickerson with the uphill run up. Gonna have to force one to hold over and then still get under the canopy.
I don't think he likes where he's at.
No, I don't think so at all. Imagine he's still trying to approach the green, but he definitely has.
Oh, is he throwing roller?
That'd be kind of wild.
Yeah,
I like
he
it.
is.
And so throwing that roller uphill is going to prevent it from flipping as quickly as it would on flat ground.
Mm-hmm. It's got those some flippy, but I don't think you want to get too flippy here. I wonder if you could land it past the hill.
Yeah, he'll definitely be able to land it past the hill. That looks a little right. Yeah, I think he landed probably in the shrubbery on the right side. Shouldn't cost him too much. I would imagine he's still going to have an up and down look.
Make you dizzy right here.
Yeah, drone's going ham.
Out of control zone. Mayday, mayday.
It's the 360 view a few times over. Oh, yeah, and there's Calvin's upshot.
Parked.
Yeah, we knew that was going to be good. He's tapping in. He's up into
7 down with 4 to go.
Tie for first.
And he's seeking double digits right now. Oh yeah. Someone's getting look at all those are all playing still, basically.
I know. I was gonna say the bottom half of that leaderboard hasn't even stepped up to the back 9 yet.
Hole 1, such a cool hole 1.
Yeah, great starting hole.
Just views. Fun, hard shot.
It was interesting hearing the Sean's, the 1,000 rated productions. They run the OTB Open. Interesting hearing them break down, and Leonard, the course designer, what you're looking for in a hole one tee pad. You would like it to be shared, where there's a lot of split FPO, MPO
Yep.
tee pads. You'd like hole one to be shared. For us, we have it on a stage, so we're looking for a spot on the course that can house a stage, and you'd like it to be like a big open balm, so that while all the spectators are there gathered and potentially sitting there watching hole one throughout, a ton of different groups, you want it to be something that people can open up on, get the oohs and ahs, and that's certainly achieved with the hole one here at Toboggan.
Yeah, I mean, just the elevation alone gets enough oohs and ahs watching a disc fly.
Yeah. Paul with a standstill. Second.
He
putter.
throws,
I think Buzz probably, and just perfect.
He throws the slightly turned over low, like punchy shots. So good.
Yeah. Really focusing on getting that forward momentum and a decent amount of spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
Let the disc do the rest.
I feel like he changes his form up for different shots more than anybody on the course.
Okay.
Rick with a little flex. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a harp, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I was looking for that different colored rim, and it didn't have it. So I wonder when he switches from the slammer to the harp. The slammer's slightly more overstable.
He says it's way more overstable.
Way more overstable.
Yeah, he says he can like crush on it on Annie.
Nice. That's such a good weapon for Rick to have in his arsenal now.
What a shot.
Useful.
Holy cow. Cory Ellis is trying to get into the leaderboard.
Yeah.
All the way to the top.
Yeah, he's starting off very well. Had that long putt for birdie on hole one. Hard hole two has birdied everything else. UDisc says Corey's putting for par circle 1 on 8. So I'm not sure what would have happened earlier. Maybe if he hit in the opening and we didn't see, and that was his layup.
Yeah, it's possible. Nice shot by Dickerson.
Yep. So he's going to have that left for par after the errant second shot.
Kyle Klein waving to Chipmunks.
What's up, Alvin? Kyle's got a unique putt.
He does. He uses his arm as a lever a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
a lot of good late spin with a little wrist action, but still a very up and down putt, where traditionally you think of a spin putter as going a lot left and right. He's still mostly up.
Ooh.
Great height. Good height and speed. Just off a little on the line.
The edge of the fairways here remind me of Chabot.
Okay, sure.
How they're very distinct lines, and all of a sudden it's jungle.
Mm-hmm. Rick tapping out his bird. Kyle Klein sporting his signature jersey from Discmania and Thought jersey. Space.
Yeah, they have Friday, Saturday, and
so Eagle and Simon do. I think Kyle just has that one jersey right now, but yeah, Eagle and Simon have feature card, moving day, and is it final card Sunday? I forget what it is. But yeah, they have names for all their jerseys, and that's what they wear on each day. And then Eagle having the European Open one, where we just dropped in a pre-order on those jerseys. I think they said the turnaround time was like 6 to 8 weeks.
They crush it with the apparel.
Yeah, great designs. It's cool to see the partnership there with Thought Space Athletics and Discmania. Yeah, so here's Simon forced to go a steep high Anheuser backhand.
Whoa.
Reaction, he doesn't hate it. That had a chance, it looked like, to go all the way OB. I think that's going to be just outside circle's edge with the downhill putt. Be very curious to see if he actually has a line at it or if he's forced to just kind of pitch out. It looked pretty thick. Yeah, the players, a lot of them, a lot of the, the top tier players coming back from European Open. We talked about that short turnaround a little bit earlier on, but it doesn't seem to really be hurting most of the players that ended up over there.
It might affect them Saturday, tomorrow, Sunday, but
quite possible. Sexton from a little bit of the thick, but it's a short par 4. Easy enough. That's gorgeous. Sexton's forehand is maybe the best in the game.
Yeah, I feel like he just relies on, like, he knows throw hyzer. Like,
sure.
Like he doesn't. I feel like a Big Germ might have a more versatile forehand game.
Possible. I know Sexton loves a nice little touch Annie.
Yeah,
I remember him.
Shot.
I don't remember what coverage it was on, but he was saying that he's not really forced to throw it that much anymore, but it's one of his favorite shots to throw.
Yeah, I feel like he's really good at throwing stable to overstable discs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, X-Cal.
And he throws them money, like perfect. I just feel like he trusts the stability on him.
Nice. Perfect shot from Presnell as well.
And he's never going to mess up.
He's extremely consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, I think of best forehand players. Big Germ is one you mentioned. Barsby certainly up there. How about Chandler Kramer last week?
Just shredding. Doesn't have the history of everyone else, but
little
obviously
wide.
Got game.
So he's not quite in Simon territory. He might be able to go under that canopy of the tree right in front of him. He might still be forced to go around.
I wonder what Paul's throwing here. He's never really liked 9-speed overstable discs.
Yeah.
He always was searching for something when he was with Innova.
Never liked the Firebird.
He used the monster. Yeah.
Here, when he first switched, I felt like he was throwing the Tsunami.
Yeah.
I think he's tried out the Reaper.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's tried the Raptor. I think the Captain's Raptor as well.
It's interesting that he hasn't really found anything he's liked in that slot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember him back in the day in his Worlds run of 2012 through 2015. If it was a shorter forehand shot, he would just power down a destroyer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'd throw a beefy powered down destroyer.
Yeah, really has avoided that overstable 9-speed slot for a while.
Which is weird because that's something both me and you as forehand oak players rely on a lot. And a lot of players in this area that are open players rely on Firebirds, flares, FD3s.
Yeah, or you look at Rick and he's thrown a Felon and a Firebird so well for so long.
Mm-hmm.
You've got, Eagle and Simon throwing plenty of FD3s. It's a rare one to not utilize. But can't argue with the results.
Nope. Best ever.
Okay, so he did have a little bit of a look.
It's probably just a weird ceiling.
Yeah, forced to go backwards hat in there. Yeah, here we go. Going through the window of hole 8 where you want to just get through that and then get as far left as you can while still pushing forward. If you could get just to the left side of this tree and still be in the short grass, that's prime position. You saw Sexton earlier. He was in the thicker grass, still just fine. Really well guarded with this short right tree late that you're forced to go wide and play either a backhand anhyzer that really pans out or put that forehand a little wide. Road behind, which you don't see come into play too often, but players have gone up there before.
Dickerson, pretty far out, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like he's going, I think, with a buzz there, a mid, maybe a meteor, something that he can trust to really hold that line.
Perfect. They're so good at those big annies.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's so annoying.
I'm gonna look right now at what they're rating the rounds of Brody and Tam.
Mm.
What would you guess at the at 7 down?
1036.
Going over,
1040,
yeah, 1054.
Damn, that high, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 5 down.
So
Drew Gibson, Adam Hammis, Casey White, and a few others. 1040.
that seems high to me. Not that high, I guess, but
Yeah, I mean, if you've got these guys dropping 11, 12s later, that'll get you somewhere in the 10, 70, 80, 90 range. But also you would expect it to push those 1054s down a little bit too. But I don't think it's going to drop much below like mid 1040s.
yeah, that's probably right.
Wow, look at this that Rick's left with. I think he probably still has a manageable window, but certainly not as easy as you would hope. Something tells me that's about the best he could have done from there with that angle. I think he's probably looking at that corner where that tree goes down. I think he maybe could have hit it better to get a little bit of a skip, but man, if you're going uphill and landing in thick green grass, it's really not going to skip too much.
I feel like Kyle Klein's grown like 4 inches since last year.
That shot's only about 4 inches away. He's going to be very happy with that.
Calvin. $15.
Yeah, this is the plane is one of the tougher ones. So you've got this approach where you want to go left, and then you're really forced to bend it around back to the right.
Is there like 2 hallways there?
I think so. I don't think anybody's really going to be approaching that left side hallway, but I have a feeling if you are there, it's not too closed off. Rick from probably, 40, 45?
Yeah. It's high.
Just high, sat well. Yeah, Rick dropping a few strokes, even if they're from circle 2, it's never surprising to see Rick drop it in from there.
He just hasn't really made much.
Mm-hmm. Not too far off the pace. He has not thrown himself out of it by any means, but
No.
he knows he's got some work to do to catch back up.
Yeah, especially with Paul and Dickerson just birdieing and
Yeah,
Kyle
Klein.
Klein and Cory Ellis.
Yeah.
What a good card here, too.
Yeah, great. And then the second feature card as well. They do a good job picking the cards for these events. Traditionally, you've got the presenting sponsor gets a pick. I believe the coverage card. So it's usually what Jomez covering this. Actually, I think it's Jomez that covers second feature as far as live is concerned. And they get to choose a player, and then the Pro Tour gets to choose a player, I think is roughly how it breaks down. And then there's one more.
Nice Eagle commercial. And Simon.
Oh, yeah, just full Discmania Crush Boys. Might have the, Kyle in there as well. Yeah, the Cloudbreaker. I don't even know that they're calling it the Cloudbreaker 4. But
it's a different mold, correct?
Yeah, so it traditionally has been the DD3.
Mm-hmm.
And now I believe they tweaked it. I'm not sure exactly if the specs have been released on how it's tweaked. I'm sure there'll be plenty of publicity from Eagle, UC, and the boys as it comes out. But we were just able to order those today, actually, as a dealer.
They look pretty.
Yeah, it's the first swirl that we've seen from Discmania's new factory. Pretty discs makes a difference. It matters. Yeah, I could use the top off. And Calvin, Albert, and Brody at the top. Paul 6 through 8. Kyle 6 through 8. Simon, Cory 5 through 8. These guys are putting up good scores. Nice Uplay commercial with Zoe. It really is awesome what she and what Dustin Keegan are doing, growing the sport from a young age. How nice would it be to have played disc golf in your PE class? That's nuts. That's something that these kids have a chance to do, and have a much better chance to do thanks to Uplay and the work that they're doing. If you know a teacher, if there's anyone in your family or in your network, please get them some information from Uplay. Our feature card going to be approaching hole 9. Can't say enough about the battle that Eagle and Paul just had at the European Open. It's a course that we hadn't been able to see for a few years. Paul's favorite course, favorite tournament. Those two were playing a tournament by themselves, it felt like, by the time we got to the tee of the 4th round. So few mistakes in the first few rounds. It's awesome to watch. 2 players at the top of their game, neither of them willing to let go. Paul with the errant shot on 17, going OB left. I thought he was going to smash that putt too. It was like 50, 55 uphill. Eagle was not really in much of a position to run it with that hill and OB down behind it. That's a round that people are going to be watching for quite a while. It's been all commercials, AA.
It's great timing on my part.
Yeah, you haven't missed anything.
Fantastic timing.
Going into hole 9, which is playing 0.08 over par right now. There's actually a ton of holes that are within like plus 0.16 and minus 0.18. So like playing very close to par. More than half the holes are right in that stretch.
Interesting.
Yeah. Hole 17 playing the most difficult by a decent amount at 0.75 over par. Hole 15 coming in second at 0.36. But those are really the holes that are the only 2 holes that are playing significantly over par, if you can call 0.36 significant.
Yeah. A little flashback to Worlds last year commercial, I think.
Yeah, beautiful mulligans.
That place got some views.
Yeah, the hills, the mountains in the background, nuts. You think of the playoff hole 16 at the fort.
Yeah.
Just an incredible view. Those courses are pretty close together, only about 10 miles away or so.
That's not far at all.
There's our better looking counterparts with Ian and Philo.
Better at their jobs too.
Yeah, if you want to hear a professional, like an actual good broadcast, tune into them.
If you want to hang out and drink some beers, then tune into us.
Yeah, we're here for you.
I'm drinking dad jokes now. Switch from the sour.
Yeah, I'm still on dad jokes. So we'll be here for just today.
Yep.
Then we'll kind of regroup and see if it was something fun. It's been something, this round companion has been something that we've talked about doing for a little bit. Shout out Stanley, who's on the 1s and 2s right now.
For pushing us.
Yeah, for really pushing us, and then asking for Disc Golf Network approval and saying, hey, can we actually do this? It might be a shit show. It might be great. We don't know.
Yeah, I pushed back on it a little bit just because time. Like
it is a
time.
4-hour live podcast.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm down to do it. Like I'm down to do those things, but for it to be something we do all the time is, I mean, that's 12 hours a weekend minimum.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, I guess obviously we'd be able to do. Oh my goodness,
wow. KJ. Freaking A. Do a backflip. No, don't break
KJ.
yourself.
No, don't do that. That dude gets more hyped than anyone out on
So
the
hyped.
course.
Everywhere, though. Seeing him get hyped about his music and stuff is
Yeah.
an art. And
Ooh, Calvin's second shot on 15.
all right. Prove me right with this forehand right here, Calvin.
Yeah, this is a tight window. It's attackable, but he's going to have to be pretty precise with his left and right.
Vinny gets all the hype also.
Yeah, man. Dude, he got hyped when James threw it in.
Yeah, he
at
did.
Worlds.
Only for a second, though.
That looked pretty good. It was hard to see it, but I think we saw it finish late, and it looked like he was coming in on the left side, finishing to the right. I think he's going to be circle one.
We got Mr. Nate Sexton.
UDisc has Calvin on the fairway after 2 throws, so it looks like he's outside circle two.
Yeah, look like short.
Sexton tee shot on 9.
His backhand's gotten so much better.
Yeah, he's always been good, but definitely a forehand dominant player. Him and Big Germ both.
I feel like he throws backhand so much further than he used to.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could smush it out to 500 every now and then.
Yeah, absolutely he can. He's throwing a sick Brinster swirly one that he's been throwing for like at least 4 years now. I think that's his flippy destroyer.
Those Brinsters are so nice.
That was a great run. Great run. It was gorgeous. Some great swirls to it. And then
this looks real good.
he's got to miss that trunk.
That tree is just in the perfect spot.
Yeah, that's good course design then.
Yep. Forces you to be not in the perfect spot.
Par 3, 563. So this was the one that was kind of a throw and pray. You were going up and over and landing on the hillside.
Yep.
And then we've got a new hole this year that the players seem to really be liking. Paige talked about it in her post-game presser.
Just a big downhill hyzer. Like straight to hyzer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really does want you to throw a very straight shot, maybe even a slight turnover and hold, and then push through that late gap and fade finish. Simon eyeing something up. Might be a tiny bit wide. He's going to have that tree to contend with. If he gets off the trunk.
No. Oh, it did.
He just nibbled it, it looked like. And so I'm pretty sure the basket's up to the right of where the cameraman is now. Yeah, and so slightly in the trees, you can see the red basket of the FPO and the blue basket of the MPO a little bit more up the hill, slightly into that forest.
Yeah, so they're hitting this and kicking left, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're passing the FPO basket. And I think like Simon's just ended down left in that last
green.
bunch.
This is my first time seeing this hole.
Yeah, nice addition of the rocks there to stop rollaways.
Mm-hmm.
I think first and foremost, and it's a good view too.
Three-way tie at the top. Dude, Paul and Kyle in a battle.
And these 3 guys at the bottom of this short leaderboard just hunting. I mean, at this point, you're surprised if they don't pass the 7s of Tam and Brody.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised if they don't pass those.
It does get, as I've mentioned a couple times, it does get a little bit tougher on the back 9, but not so much that they're not going to be under par, you would think. Chandler Fry with a good showing. He's 5 through 9. Another Discraft guy. He's Pacific Northwest. Used to these more wooded courses. And one of the better putters on tour, certainly underrated putter. For a name that we don't see all the time, Chandler absolutely has the abilities.
Mm-hmm. Who's up right here? Someone's hiding behind that tree. Paul?
That's Presnell.
Oh, wrong card.
Yeah, and that was Simon and Cory checking out his lie. So they're approaching on 9 with that green we just looked at. Fresno rocking the upper park bag, the Rebel. It's a unique bag.
That's Jared's favorite bag.
I like it a lot.
It's light.
It is light, and it's cool storage. So it's all normal on the bottom side, and then vertical slots going up the center. It's got a ton of disc storage space. This shot really lends for giving it a run.
Yep.
You've got that built-in natural backstop.
Some roll away help.
Yeah, exactly. If you're in line or a touch to the right and it rolls back down the hill, you're just going to stick on those rocks, you would hope. A couple flips.
A little dart throw here.
I'm guessing R-Pro dart approach. They've been sold out on R-Pro darts for so long, man. They need to make
show
them
the
again.
shot. Man.
So he'll stick on that hill. He's going to be what, outside circle or outside edge of circle one, you think?
Yeah. Right, probably a 30-foot mark.
Seems like if you get down into that opening, it's an easy enough up and down, but like a somewhat tough birdie get. I'm going to see what
who's birdied it?
I mean, I think there's been enough. Heimberg got it. Ty Love got it. It's not a ton, though.
Speaking of Heimberg, big bomb putt right here.
Logan Harpool with the DDO breakout. He got it.
Calvin, easy par now. Simon with the birdie run. Short.
It's like there's been about 9 birdies on there, somewhere in that 9-10 range. We've got 116 competitors out here.
Less than 10%. Cory Ellis for birdie.
Yeah, hole 9 playing just slightly over par, but 75% of the scores are par.
Makes sense. Not a lot in the way.
Yeah, not a ton of bogey opportunity.
Oh,
that
roll.
is one way to do it.
Off the band.
Obviously, still have a chance to save that, but that rollaway potential is ever present on that slope.
Shout out to the cameraman running around everywhere to get these shots.
So many crews now, too. Like the Disc Golf Network has probably 7 or 8 cameramen out there, I would guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got probably 3 other post-production crews out there hustling around. Cory to save. Not a problem.
Easy. They're effortless on those 30-foot putts.
Yeah, it really is one of the separators between those top tier pros or even just a touring pro versus a more local one. Their ability to not really flinch at anything inside, 38 or so. You expect them to hit 9 out of 10, if not a higher percentage. Sexton, we're just going to give it a few flips. And our work here is done. Sexton with a lot of commentary during the round. It makes even more sense why he loves doing the post-produced commentary with Jomez, because he's got a comment to say, and like not in an annoying way at all, but he's got generally something to say about everything that's going on. Is going to be one to hype you up, pump you up, talk about good shots. If he has a bad shot, he'll have something to say about it, but it's usually like, oh man, that happened. Like, oh, that kind of stuff. Oh, drats. Well, I earned it. I can still get up and down from there. Okay. Very matter of fact.
I'm excited to see where sponsorships for clothes and shoes and stuff goes once we get non-endemic sponsors in the sport.
Yeah, I mean, the easy comparable obviously is to traditional golf. And, you've got your Nike, Hugo Boss, different Travis Matthew that sponsor the professional players in traditional golf. Right now, like Ezra's rocking the Travis Matthew. Paul's, wearing a lot of Adidas and Nike, and it's free advertising more or less.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any announced partnership from them.
I know Under Armour did a little something for some of the players like Kona and Colton, and
nice.
It wasn't like nothing. They're not partnering or anything, but they definitely hooked them up somehow.
Yeah, I mean, you would think if you're one of those apparel companies that it's pretty inexpensive to just give free merchandise.
Yeah.
Paul teeing off here on 9. Man, it just stood up a little bit too much. He's headed right at that tree. So it's going to leave him with a 120 or so approach that we saw our last group.
Really interesting shot. I'm surprised no one's trying to go over any event and just kind of crash.
Yeah, I wonder how accessible that is.
Possible, yeah.
Like, I mean, it looks like it is.
It looks like it takes a lot more power, but
yeah.
Lower line going right at that tree also.
I think, honestly, that low line is probably the play. I think you're really...
look at that punch through. That got through pretty good.
It did. I think you're really taxed here with being accurate left and right more than high and low. So you really want that line to be good. And I think you ideally would cheat a little bit more to the left side. But obviously, if you miss early left, it's way worse than missing right.
Yeah.
But I think a perfect shot here starts a little bit left and then just kind of carries right. Hard to see that one at all, but it had to have gone left. Should be, again, an easy enough up and down. You can see why 80% of the scores here are par. Rick looks like he's lining up a little bit more of a hyzer. Yeah, he's going over. I thought he might be.
It looks left, though.
It does look left.
Way left.
Yep, right on there. But again, it's going to have an easy enough look to get up and down.
Rick rocking the old school dynamic bag.
Yeah, Calvin got his par on 15. Here he is on the tee shot of 16.
Still
is
at
he
7.
Going? Is that Rock 3 or is that his Rhino?
It might be a Rhino.
Dude, it looks like his Rhino.
400-foot hole with a Rhino.
Yeah. Beautiful. There's some discs that when players grab them, like Calvin, another one with his Eagle.
Yeah.
When they grab that disc, you just know that they trust exactly what it's going to do. Now it's just about the execution. Some discs that you've seen in players' bags for, a few seasons now at least.
I thought it was interesting. KJ Nibo throwing his one disc. He throws it on hole 1 at European Open and doesn't throw it anywhere else. He puts it on the shelf afterwards.
Yeah, that's it. And he still has his first T-Bird in his bag.
Yeah.
Which he had that nice swirly star 10-time Danish champion disc, I believe. And then I think he's up to at least 12 now. I can picture the stamps, I think, where he was 10, 11, 12 time.
One of the coolest dudes in disc golf.
Seems like, I would love to have the chance to meet KJ.
Aaron Gossage with a forehand and looks pretty good.
That's a sweet play. I think if I had enough throws on it, I would be very tempted to do that. That takes a very committed shot to force it over a little bit and then hit that left gap and have it fade up. I think if you're going forehand, it's a very easy miss to miss early there.
Simon with a 6 shot.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly positioned. Big uphill demanding tee shot on 10 there.
I feel like anytime you're near the cameraman, you're probably in a pretty decent spot.
Paul, he wants it.
Oh,
that was just barely left.
I don't know how it didn't look like it missed from here.
No, it didn't. It didn't. That was good height, good speed, cross the basket, and stops on that uphill again. This hole really lends itself to long birdie runs because it seems like it's tough to get close. No one in our top 2 feature cards has been even in circle 2. But you've got these chances to run it with that backstop. Playing with the trees should be just fine. I think that's maybe your only danger besides a weird roll away, especially if you have any action off the basket itself, is just those 3 trees. Rick won't have to contend with those being behind the basket. He's just got to kind of match the angle of the terrain as he's coming in, assuming he's going to lay up, or give it a long run. Lining up a jump putt. I would assume just a layup. He didn't have quite the same built-in backstop that everyone else had for that kind of worry-free run. Looking like par's around.
So many hills.
We've got Kyle here.
This is one of the few places you could tell the elevation on camera.
Yeah, it is so tough. Figure anything you see on camera, just add like 25 to 50% of what it actually looks like in person.
Yep. And if the gap looks big, it's way smaller than that.
So here's Kyle inside
he's gonna
circle 2, I
jam
think.
This through the trees forehand.
Oh, man.
That was low anyways.
Such a tough spot is the one guy in these top 2 feature cards that actually did get inside circle 2, maybe even outside or inside circle 1, but I think probably just outside 1.
You kind of have to go for it then.
Yeah, and not really rewarded with much of a look because of those 5 late guardian trees.
We should have a timer on our putts next time.
And that would be kind of a funny addition. To just have like a button where we could restart when they approach their lie. That'd be kind of wild to see, everybody be on that true timer. I'm not going to be calling in on anybody though.
Everyone's cleaning up on 9. Bang, bang. We got Cory Ellis. An approach shot. Ooh, it looks early. Yeah. Clips some branches and kicks down. Aaron Gossage put on a raised basket. Boom. Aaron Gossage was a clean round. 5 down through 16. And Vinny. Two holes left. Can Vinny get to double digits? Double diggies. Yeah, Calvin at 8. Tam, Brody, Paul, Kyle Klein. Oh, Tam and Brody at 7. Kyle Klein and Paul at 6. Simon. Also an approach on 10. Parked. Super parked. I noticed at OTB Open they had all these water and sunscreen stations throughout the course, and it makes it real nice. Don't got to think about bringing sunscreen or bringing water. You should bring your own water, though. Vinny on 17. Oh, he's going hyzer around the tree.
Interesting.
Looks a little wide, but never mind. It's perfect. Right in the middle.
This one's top 2 or 3 signature holes, I think.
Yeah, this hole's so cool. Cory Ellis after hitting the tree.
Yeah, I saw that out there.
Yeah, Simon's parked right there.
Nice.
Gossage.
Our feature card was all pars on the previous, yeah.
Gossage rocking a cool shirt.
Big forehand. Little right, but I think easy enough positioning. Prez, good height, a little bit wide. The rest of the second feature card tapping. Vinny made it to 8 after the easy work on 16. I think that was his Rhino on 16.
I think it was too.
That's ridiculous.
Fucking 400-foot straight Rhino shot.
Yeah. Little thumb track putter downhill, not a problem. That's wild.
Simon tapping in.
This is, I think, between like USDGC, talking about Kevin Jones and him like breaking out. This was one where he went like toe to toe with Paul. I think, I don't know, like circa 2018, 19, somewhere in there. And that's one of the holes where I can kind of picture Kev like not shying away from the moment.
Ooh, hit a fan, I think.
If it did, it helped, I would assume.
Paul, you're not supposed to hit the children.
That was a McBeth fan right there.
Come on, Paul. Treat your fans better than that.
It's probably even bigger fan. Like, I got hit by Paul.
I'm never washing this leg.
Yeah, this one an interesting change from last year. I think this was maybe like hole 11 last year where they were throwing either the roller or the like gut shot. You know which hole I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Which I sort of missed that hole.
I love that hole.
Yeah, and where 10 previously was that giant Annie, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, this same fairway that they're throwing 10 on now was 11, and I think even the same tee, but now they're going much more up the hill, which I thought that was a good separator hole in previous years. So I'm curious how this one ends up shaking out.
It might have been a little lucky. So they're throwing that roller, and it was like, does it stay up top or not?
Yeah. Well, anyhow, some of them were hitting the koozie.
Yep. KJ's hit the koozie.
Yeah. Hole 10 right now is the 4th toughest, but just playing 0.13 over par.
Again, so none of the holes are really that hard, it seems like.
There's 2 of them. 17 and 15 stand out at 0.75 and 0.36.
Ooh, that's in the no good land.
The old no good land. Not trying to be over there.
The Boondobs.
I love seeing all the Huck Lab stamps and dies available. I think Dynamic, who's promoting them right now, obviously, and then I think Discmania have both like licensed, or Huck Lab essentially has licensed out to them the rights to use their logo on discs and pump them out. And then us as retailers are able to order them from those 2 places. And, you know, it's one of the more iconic logos in our sport. Has been around for 20 plus years now. It's something that a lot of the players end up bagging. Like Eagles got some in the bag. Yeah. Quite a few players end up, you know, bagging some of those Huck dies. It's cool to see. And so, I mean, it's great for Huck too, where, you know, it's like, sure, you can use the logo and just boom, getting paid off each one. I love it. Grip Belts, Grip 6, one of the non-endemic sponsors that's been a mainstay in our sport for the past handful of years, I feel like.
Yeah, they just like kind of walked onto the scene and never really left. That looks in the no good land also. Yeah,
unleashing on that forehand, but it's more than most people have to get there from there. He's got one of the best power forehands in the game. He's coming up a little shy. So Dickerson throwing over where the old pin was located. He's still about 60 shy of where that was, and probably 250 or something still into the green.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's coming up decently short. Should be able to make easy work of that up and down.
Super cool fairway.
Yeah, that's fun. Knowing now, like, what is behind what was the pin the past handful of years,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that they ended up trekking it up the hill and having them finish there.
That work around the tee pad.
This is another Simon disc with eagle on it. That looks like both of them potentially.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Another new hole where this one is decently off to the right. I feel like he didn't like that and it might go in.
He hated it.
It did look like he kind of looked away in disgust. Either that or he's just like stunting now.
I did see a ball golf shot the other day where a dude hit it and was pissed, slammed his club down, hole in one.
Nice.
Or maybe an eagle, but he holed it out.
Paul having to go left side of that trunk.
Interesting spot to be in right there.
Yeah.
It's still an interesting spot to be in.
It is. It is. Yeah, that's going to be, I feel like that's probably just on circle's edge, maybe a little outside, and he should be open, but a significant amount of altitude to catch up to the basket there.
Fresnel.
It says putting for birdie circle 2.
Cory Ellis, not Fresnel.
That is gone, it feels like.
Smoked. Sit.
That was nice.
What a
shot. That stalled out really well. It looked like it had a lot more to offer in a bad way.
Got Vinny's second shot.
Yep, the iconic 17. Such
pretty
a cool
perfect
green.
first shot.
Yeah, going the wide side on the tee shot. Going with that eagle on the approach. It's not going to flip up enough for his liking. And so if it's up on the plateau, it'll be all right. I think he did get past that tree, but obviously a little bit disappointed, as you can see.
Oh, yeah. Here's that epic eagle shot.
We referenced this earlier. So good. Look at that. He let go on like a 25-degree Anheuser. Pops out. Gets kind of unlucky on the skip, but it doesn't matter. Just straddling the guardrail.
Which should be OB, but
could not care less if he's on an interstate.
All the fans are on the fucking highway.
Yep.
I would just be scared of hitting my hand. I mean, I throw a low forehand, but
such little forward momentum with his body there. He didn't follow through at all. I mean, I thought if he might, or if I was in that position, I might try to like follow through with my back leg over the guardrail. Yeah. Says not necessary. Hold my vegan beer. I'm fucking getting up and down.
Oh no, Kyle Klein. That was bad. Rick in a weird spot also.
It's pure boondobs.
Boondobs. With a pretty sick shot by Rick.
Yeah.
That forehand's so nasty. He doesn't use it quite often enough, but
yeah, I know. We've talked about it. Both of us would like to see him use it more off the tee or from distance because he's so deadly with it. And I don't know, again, maybe it's the injury concern, or maybe he has, something in his arm or shoulder that we've not been privy to, but he's so good with it. And he's fine with the backhand. Like he's not dropping many shots by throwing the choices he's making.
Robot Chicken almost rung it up.
Yeah, so Paul should be first to act from down in that crevice bottom right of the basket. U-Disc has him circle 2. Still putting birdie.
It looks windier than 1 mile an hour winds.
Yeah, that's more than a 1 mile an hour breeze. I'm taking the over on that.
Paul's in the Hobbit's nest.
Yeah, Dickerson putting par.
Can't see Paul. Let's see if we can find his disc. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so he's got a little bit of stuff to contend with early, but something tells me he's probably mostly open and still very much wanting this. Looked low, yeah. Hopefully it sits. It looked like it was done, but
Spinning at
couldn't
least.
see the finish. So Rick with the only one left with a birdie look here.
Big bird for Rick here.
There we go. Yeah, to get himself to 4 down. Really was the slower of the bunch getting off here on our feature card. Starting off not great, but making a push now. Kyle to stay a couple ahead of him.
Kyle Klein's playing real good right now. It's the cleanest we've seen him playing this year, at least.
Yeah, good vibes being back, you would imagine, on a course he obviously has had success on. Supreme talent in our sport.
Does he have an Elite Series win?
I think he has a Silver Series, but not Elite Series. I could be wrong on that.
Cory Ellis. Bang. Center cut.
Nice. Getting
Nice
himself to
round.
6. He had 5 in a row there.
Yeah, it seems like that 3 through like 8 stretch is the easiest stretch on the course.
Yeah, a few people blanking out that stretch.
Simon, I'm imagining this is for birdie also. And he misses. And that didn't roll.
So Kyle Klein won Idlewild
All right, that makes sense. Last year?
2021, yeah. And then he's got a few A-tier wins. I think Eagle was referencing the win that Kyle had at 303 Open when we were looking at coverage from last year of this event.
Simon with 2 putts in less than 30 seconds. Vinny. I think this is to get to... No, this can't be his.
No, this is for par on
yeah.
17. So he was from behind the cameraman for his third
Yeah.
and missed and went down to there and now has tapped out his par. He'll go to the 18th tee as the leader of the tournament.
It's crazy seeing like lines of people.
Yeah. Yep, they are just lining different fairways. It's funny to see the groupings of people being at, enough of these live events. I wish we could be, lucky enough to be at all of them. But going to enough of them now, and there are different like pools of spectators that want to just see Paul or just see Paige or just Eagle, and they got the Kevin Jones they want to follow. And then there's obviously a ton of people that just want to see who's going to win, and they want to follow feature card and see.
Then there's plenty of people that just want to watch all the shots on 18 or all the
Sure.
shots on 1 or
Dude, that's honestly the way to do it as far as like simplicity and efficiency.
yeah. One of my favorite times was me and Jer sat at Gravity at Taylaw
Yeah.
for like 5 hours.
That's
Just
cool.
Watching FPO, MPO, everybody just come through and play that hole.
Mm-hmm.
Also a great hole.
So here's one where a lot of players are doing this backhand that you'll see Paul do. But just as we were pleading Rick to throw more forehands, he does. Paul was getting something to hold for a very long time, but it's not going to be long enough. He's going to fade out much earlier than he'd
down
like.
that hill.
Yeah.
That looks awful.
Didn't even see that was down here. That
The guy just pointed.
this goes that
He said,
direction.
That way. I'm not going down there.
You go down there, Rook. Yeah, didn't know that was there with this being a brand new hole. But if you fade out early, another reason I think I like this forehand play here.
That looks money by Kyle Klein.
Yeah, that looks perfect.
A little early is all it was.
Yeah, so you want to get one to stand up just a touch more than that. Similar to hole 1 in the shot shape, except you can't miss left here. Hole 1, you can go as left as you want. This one, you're really, really pinched off by these first 2 trees on the left. But otherwise, you want it to get around that corner on the right.
I feel like they're
and then
probably
just
throwing faster disc backhand.
They might be. I think they're clubbing down a little bit. I think they are with enough downhill. It is 512, but I wouldn't be shocked if they're throwing fairway, maybe mid, but it feels like a lot. I think I remember Brody in their videos was throwing a meteor here.
I mean, I could see it.
Yeah.
That just seemed...
Because, again, you want to avoid what Paul just did.
Yeah, you don't want to go left at all.
But, man, 512, so annoying how good they are.
Just give it the height. It'll fly.
And so this hole, the same as years previous, we're back to the traditional holes that we've seen. 12, big uphill.
Nice shot
perfect.
by Cory Ellis.
Corey's feeling it, so he's going to be tapping that one in for birdie. He's 6 down, very much looking to go 7 through 12 right now.
Cole Redolin, expect a bomb right here.
This kid's good with Team Infinite, so he's able to go open bag, which is something that we've talked about a decent amount.
That is smoked.
Yeah, as long as that stays center cut. He
don't
maybe
see it,
flirted
but
right. He's getting the
green
clap from the
flag.
crowd, though.
Yeah, green flag.
Yeah, I love Cole with the open bag. Obviously, Infinite, one of the biggest retailers out there, if not the biggest, manufacturing their own. But the players they sponsor, like Cole Redolin, Drew Gibson, also 5 down on this leaderboard here. It's great to see them be able to throw whatever they want. It's not something we see like at all in our sport outside of those 2 and a handful of others. Ezra, when he was, in his first breakout year, and he was sponsored by Just Us before getting picked up by Discraft. But I think there is a big advantage to being able to use absolutely whatever disc that you want. Eric Oakley now throwing the open bag.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about Rick being able to throw that harp and now the slammer and the pig in his time with Innova. But for him to be able to bag his favorite discs from every company, I do wonder, is he going to save, dang, Simon with the pop out, is he going to be able to save 1 stroke per tournament? I feel like that's a relatively low bar to say, yeah, I think he can save that. And like, that's a decent amount these days. You can't give up that financial, security that's coming from these manufacturers, though.
I think I would disagree with that. I think these pros are good enough that they're going to shoot what they're going to shoot, no matter the bag.
Yeah, it's quite possible.
I
Calvin
don't think
not
there's...
giving that a great bid.
I more or less think that every manufacturer has every disc now.
Yeah, I think for the top 5-6 manufacturers, they really do have pretty much everything. But
I think the issue is like if someone really loves a Berg, or if someone really loves the Boreum, or
something more
Armadillo,
unique. Yeah, Stego, I guess. Yeah. Baobab.
I think that's where if someone like, I think the Berg might be the one where if someone like really relies on it, and then like maybe they'll lose some strokes if they don't have the Berg. But
sure,
I just feel like for the most part, the pros bags are kind of the same.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of differences between them.
I don't know. I think I would, if the betting line was half a stroke that they would save every tournament, not every round, but every 3 to 4 round tournament, if they could save 1 stroke or more.
Does that like change over time?
How do you mean?
Like if Paul's, I could see it mattering for the first 6 months someone
is with a new company.
Yeah.
Just transition time.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's an easy argument to say that it's more valuable than, but for someone like Paul who was with Innova for a decade.
Like so Paul, would Paul be better if he had the Nova?
Yeah, sure, maybe that's the hypothetical. And I don't know that would be the one disc, but yeah, or maybe he's just got a money run of Destroyer that he loves.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. I think they're
that McPro AVR stamp Destroyer.
Yeah. And it's something that we probably won't see anytime soon, because and
like if ever.
I mean, again, we are seeing a little bit with Drew Gibson, arguably top 10.
Yeah.
And so one of the better young talents in our sport. And then, Cole even younger with a very high ceiling. So we're seeing it a little bit, but yeah, I don't know that we'll see it in any large wave of people shifting anytime soon, because the contracts. Look, Paul's getting $10 million.
Yeah,
I love Paul. We cannot give him $10 million. We could try like hell, but again, we're going to need someone to make the disc. So we're going to have to ask a Discraft and Innova, whoever, to say, hey, make these discs for Paul, and we're going to do giant runs, blah blah blah. Like it's tough. The landscape is ever shifting. So who knows? The sport's gone through a lot in the last 3 years, but it's an argument that I like.
I mean, I like it. It helps us out if it actually is true.
Sure. I think it's Infinite's tagline. Come on, Rick.
Oh, nice putt,
beautiful. Rick. Is throw what you love.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is, and look, that's perfect as far as someone trying to push an open bag.
It's interesting that they're pushing an open bag while at the same time manufacturing their own discs and having almost a full lineup.
Yeah, dude, their lineup is a lot of discs. Stout. I like a lot of their molds. It's funny, for anyone who hasn't heard us talk about Infinite, and you would expect us potentially to be butting heads, and just bitter rivals. A lot of respect for them and what they've been able to do. Kyle getting another birdie, a lot of respect for that too. But it's cool to see. I don't know.
I'm waiting for Infinite's website. I want to see what they got up their sleeve.
Yeah, I mean the website they're working on now is already a custom build, where I think they started out on Shopify maybe. And now they are on a custom build.
Yeah, and they've had their new website in the works for a couple of years now. Mm-hmm. It's one thing that we pay attention to probably more than others.
I don't look as much as I should. I know DGLO does a ton, just kind of perusing other people's sites, and I know you have to a lot for looking at SEO and that kind of back end.
I look more at manufacturer sites than I look at Infinite a lot. Infinite's got a lot of useful information, and if I don't know about a disc and I can't find it on the manufacturer site, I go to Infinite first and then Reddit, and then just look. But Infinite's got so much information all the time.
They do. The user flight ratings is great. We're seeing great discs right here. Another good retailer in Michigan, definitely local there. You could see the caddy for Kyle right now is rocking a big shirt of theirs. I like this content series that they're doing here. Is this Ekstrom or is this Jesper?
I don't know.
And then the other guy to his right now is, I think, the content creator.
I know the names Thomas Ekstrom and
Jesper Lundmark.
Jesper does all their mold designs.
Yeah, and I feel like that's him. Gosh, it's 50-50. I could be wrong. Or it's neither of them.
I love this hole.
Yes, this hole is one of my favorites on the course.
It looks so crazy off the tee. But you just got to throw a forehand and hit a gap or a roller. I think people are throwing rollers too.
Rollers definitely in play. It's Calvin getting his par. He's finishing up the day at 8 under.
It's a good round.
Yeah, absolutely. You got Brody and Albert that are done at 7, and then Kyle, Cory, Paul, Simon, Gannon Burr checking in 6 down through 16.
Heck yeah, Gannon.
Ty Love finished at 6. Rick right here, 5 through 11, teeing off on 12. That looks pretty darn good.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just going to say Paul's 6 through 12 now.
Royal Rive. Paul or Rick?
Rick. 100% Rick. I'm sure I said Paul.
Yep, but Paul's going to be at least 6
yeah, 12. Paul's already at 6. Sorry. Hope I'm not calling a par for you.
We got the Zanfell sponsor. Don't get that poison oak or poison ivy.
Yeah. Thinking I might go to De La tomorrow.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, a little afternoon trip. We're about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Santa Cruz.
Yeah, it's been hot in the valley for 2 months straight, it feels like.
Yeah.
Real hot.
Kyle Klein going to be circle 1. Paul, very much looking like he's on a good line for the same.
Looks high, just got to miss everything. Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be outside edge, circle 1.
Yep. A little uphill, a little side hill.
What do you think about these baskets?
They're okay. I've never really put it on them too much. They don't seem like they have too many spit outs, but there's a couple like sometimes it's hard to tell on camera if it's truly a spit out or not.
Sure.
Unless they slow down.
These look solid. I feel like we've seen them here, obviously, the past few years. And then I think one of the courses at the Memorial, which got less love this year,
And
being not on
Ledgestone.
the True Tour. Yeah, Ledgestone.
I don't hate them. I don't really like hate any basket. I think none of them are perfect.
That's a really nice camera that they've got on him right now. That's the clearest I've seen these post-round press conferences.
Yeah.
Calvin looks so uninterested in every interview. And I love it. That's just his, I don't know, that's his vibe. That's who he is.
I can see him saying something like, "I'm just here so I won't get fined."
Yeah, he's
type
the
of stuff.
Marshawn Lynch of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. I love Calvin.
Yeah, he's such a great dude in person too. Like awesome to talk to, engaging.
Yeah, super approachable for as like disengaged as he can seem in those type of venues.
Mm-hmm.
Be easy up and down there.
Yeah, Calvin's just talking about how the disc spins when he throws it good, and I just pizza put that in. I got a pizza put more disc in tomorrow.
Put the pizza in the oven. Calvin's got such a repeatable stroke with both his drives and his putts.
Yeah.
It's rare to see Calvin too far off. I think one of his biggest hurdles to overcome if he wants to get to the next level, which he's like top 4 right now. So next level is basically just, distancing yourself from the field, or at least winning a major, because he doesn't have a major yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of his biggest hurdles is getting over. He seems to lose interest if it doesn't seem like it's going his way.
Yeah.
He just seems a little apathetic. But I know he has that fire. It's like kind of Conrad is similar in the sense that they don't show a ton of emotion. And I think that might be a little bit calculated. Like you don't want your opponents to see you crack.
Yeah.
Like Paul's going to wear his emotions on his sleeve.
That should have stuck, I think.
Yeah, a little bit low right.
Low right, but
really just a little bit right. Like if it's lower, it probably stays. If it's higher, it might have a chance catching a little bit more chain in that top right quarter.
From that angle, it looked pretty decent. You know he's angry.
Oh, no doubt.
Ooh.
He was counting that one. Kyle a little bit low left, but not a problem. Rick tapping in his bird, 6 through 12. Kyle's going to jump up to 8 now, so he's tied for the lead.
Rick tied with Paul now?
Rick and Paul are tied through 6. So put that one on me, Paul. I did call that you were 6 through 12.
That was a fault by Paul also, but that's okay. We won't call anything.
See that.
He putted like with his foot next to the disc, like kind of straddling over the disc almost.
Interesting. We're calling that one in.
Yeah, I'm not. I think it's one of those things where it didn't matter.
Come on, Symes.
Get it. Oh,
a little wide. Good height.
I think sometimes these rules need to be called like when things matter. Like,
sure, like he didn't gain an advantage there, is what you're saying.
Yeah, not at all. It's just like he's putting the disc in the basket from 4 inches, and his foot might have been like next to past his lie, but it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it didn't matter anyone on the card, and that is what matters. So we're moving on.
Unless there's official on the course.
Kyle and Calvin tied at the top. Cory Ellis 7 through 13. It's looking like at this pace, you could easily see a Kyle, Calvin, Cory, Rick, Paul, and Rick, and Simon even can easily overtake Calvin, who's already finished, or Cory if he slows down a little bit. I think the sevens of Brody and Albert will probably fit squarely on Chase at the end, projecting a little bit. There's going to be one thing for sure. There's going to be so many people in contention after this first round, which is usually how it ends up, but it feels like it is decently packed in there between what I would assume the scores between like 12 and 5 down. There's going to be 30, 40 people.
A lot of competition. Nice aerial view brought to you by the Goodyear blimp. I'd be sick if they had a Goodyear blimp at a disc golf tournament.
Okay, one day.
Only like 6 in the world or something.
Okay. So hole 13 here, 5th toughest, but only coming in 0.1 stroke over par. I really do like the drone footage here, and then when they bring it back in, and you get perspective, kind of the aerial view of the fairway that they're going to be throwing down.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to see the whole park and then really be able to zone in on this and then zoom in and actually see them there on that tee pad, and you've got a much better idea of what the shape of it looks like. Still can't do justice to the elevation that these players are dealing with, but decently downhill here. You want to get around that tree and then right through that opening. It looks like it's on a good line.
High, it seemed like.
Yeah, high and maybe just a touch early, but he'll still be able to get through that opening. Should be an easy enough up and down. Be a lot of trees if you're missing your distance. If you go long or if you go short, there's going to be a ton in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rick just coming in a little too high and tight. Kyle looking to correct that. Definitely lower.
That looks too straight.
Yeah. Moving the gallery. That's coming in so fast, too. It's got gravity aiding its velocity.
Don't want to be in there.
No, you got about 48 people you almost killed. That'll tell you exactly where it finished, though.
Not losing your disc there, at least.
I like the shirt on that cameraman there.
The purple?
It was all sorts of colors. Paul
early.
Missing the last putt, connecting with that tree.
I feel like Paul's forehands this year have coming out on a lot of hyzer.
Yeah. Paul was one of the first guys that I think we noticed was really throwing more understable discs for forehand than backhand, which I think is for AMs or even lower level pros quite the opposite.
Yeah, I'd definitely throw overstable.
Yeah, we throw much more overstable discs for our forehands. It's off-axis torque, I think, is exactly what you can nail it down to.
Mm-hmm.
But they're certainly throwing more understable discs on the forehand. And so Paul is dropping them on a little bit of a hyzer.
Yeah, at least most of them. Maybe not all of them, but like Sexton's one that throws kind of overstable stuff forehand.
Yeah.
Nice shot by Cory.
Yeah. Super clean distance. Right on the fairway. 14 again. Super attackable. I'm going to see where it ranks.
Let's see if Simon gets aggressive on the drive at all.
If 14 slightly under
up
par.
the hill at all.
Yeah, and he's really not. As he's gone on record, he's trying not to go full distance, even though maybe the longest thrower our sport's ever seen.
At least like in golf shots.
Yeah. David Wiggins with the record, 11:08 in the wind in the desert.
Yeah. I mean, there's only 2 people that have ever broken 1,000 feet, and it's Wiggins and Simon. Nick Sexton, a little low. Should be good, though.
Yeah, and so he'll have more to contend with than his card mates on the second, but it's still very attackable. Hole 14, middle of the pack.
This is not an easy shot.
No, it's more open than I thought he would be. I thought he might have to flex it a little more, and he might not even be able to see the basket, but it should be a pretty routine up and down.
Never mind. It's not hard at all.
No.
That's Paul McBeth we're talking about.
Yeah, he's just frustrated he didn't have a birdie look. Happy that it was an easy enough up and down. Slight Annie. I'm sure that was a Luna up.
Not happy.
That
Dickerson.
might go. Nice. That was on a great line. Easy work. Rick lining up a putt from like 100.
Like 140.
Yeah. Full spin. Oh. It looked like he thought about running that down for a second. I think he had to maneuver over those boulders, but I don't think those quite qualify as boulders. I think they're just large rocks.
Stones.
I'm sure there is like a
Cut off for
a requirement, yeah, for boulders.
Well, I'm gonna look this up right now.
Man, I feel like I randomly heard a conversation about this not that long ago on like some sitcom.
A boulder is defined as any rock larger than 16 inches in diameter. Those
I
might
think
be
those are
boulders.
Yeah. Hell yeah, let's go. Shout out boulders. There's a bunch of smaller rocks everywhere that just found out they were boulders.
Oh, almost went in.
Yeah, that was a decent bid from the cuts where he almost killed 1,000 spectators.
Bro, the rock might be the boulder instead.
I mean, it doesn't have the diameter.
The rock? They got some.
Oh, I was thinking about the the Innova.
Oh no, I was
Innova
thinking
disc.
about the rock, the wrestler. His arms might be 16 inches around.
Circumference easily. Diameter, I don't think so, but the trunk on that man, yeah.
Easily 16 inches around.
They're all just tapping out their pars. This is I hesitate to say bonus birdie because we've seen it happen often enough throughout the years, but I do think this hole is a bonus birdie hole.
You got to get a great skip on the forehand. It has to hit perfectly, and
yeah, I mean you can make the putts from in there like Kyle Klein almost did going long. Usually you see him a little bit shorter in that through the opening. You can make it from down in there, but yeah, to get your drive actually all the way through that gap and have an open putt in circle 1, circle 2 is tough. Simon with his second on 14, that's tight.
Not good.
Yeah. There's so much room to go wide. He's got to be frustrated with how early he let that go.
It looked like he was worried about his footing.
Yeah. Well, and that is one thing about being in the tall grass or on the fringe of the tall grass is you are thinking about that.
Yeah, a little uphill.
Where Cory's not stressing about, that at all. This is a very stock up and down shot. Still a lot of distance to cover, but something they're very used to and something they've practiced all week. He's a little wide there. So he's not going to have the birdie putt that he might have thought.
This must be Sexton's third shot.
Yeah, 100%. We're going a little dart.
Throw it in, Nate.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a backstop there. I mean, it's slightly uphill. You don't really want to push the shrubbery out there.
I just feel like anytime Nate has a dart in his hand, he's trying to throw it in.
It's dart and dangerous, man. That's Nathan. And that one little sign, too. That's got such character. Because, I mean, these are ski slopes, right? It's toboggan.
It's toboggan for sure.
So at the very least, sledding hills. Cool dual use property that they're able to take advantage of.
Yeah, it sucks to some degree that you can't just go play it at any time.
Yeah.
But I get it. Disc golf, some of the best courses in the world for disc golf aren't always open.
Mm-hmm. Sad but true. It's one that if you live in the area, I'm sure you're super excited that they've got those events, the top tier events with USA DGC and then DGLO, but I'm sure there's some big events over there too that the players are able to go check it out. One of the touchier shots, like I don't anticipate any trouble, but that soft forehand releasing on a hyzer really is something that you have to work on to get it down well.
Yeah, easy to throw it long.
Yeah, it's something that I'm prone to like grip locking a little bit, especially because it's a slower disc traditionally that you're throwing from this distance, and so it's deep, and it's hard to get the fingers out of there.
Cory Ellis 100-foot jump putt.
Yeah, he's hunting right now.
What a bid.
Yeah, solid effort for sure. No real risk of a 3-putt there. It's coming in at great pace. Rick teeing off in the same hole. He's going wide, which isn't bad. Being in that fairway is 1, not OB, and 2, not a bad angle at all. He's in the short grass.
Back in the middle.
Yeah.
The thing had some swing to it.
Kyle Klein definitely has power. Going with the lower line, but looks like perfect line on it.
Plenty of distance.
Yeah, and that was easy. That wasn't even aggressive.
Paul.
Yeah, lining up the right side of the fairway. I'm guessing this is a force, something slightly overstable where you can rip it out right. It's not going to flip up much at all. And there it is.
Staying away from the boondogs.
Yeah, very predictable fade to dead center fairway.
Dude, nobody might get to 10.
I know. I was thinking that there was a legit chance.
I thought like multiple people would for a second.
Yeah, and I mean
they kind of
that's
sputtered.
that's still very available. You got Kyle 8 through 13, very much looking to get up and down for
Cory,
birdie
7
here.
through 14.
Yeah, Paul and Rick are still at 6. They're not afraid of going 4 through 5 to finish. They are some of the tougher holes though, with 15 and 17 being the toughest too.
Mm-hmm. Center cut there.
Yeah, no trouble on the tee shots for our feature card here. Ooh, Gannon Burr, first live look.
Roll? Oh, not a roller, just really tight Annie.
Very tight, but he's maneuvered it perfectly. I don't
Parked.
know that I've seen anyone go backhand air shot here and get anywhere near that close.
I mean, out of his hand, I thought it was way tight.
Yeah.
And it just kind of skirted that.
Yeah, I think you have to kind of cheat and flirt that tight in order to get it up there. And I think he threw like a fairway, something that held really well. I don't think that was full distance.
F3 or an F5.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He's so like tall and lanky. His levers, kind of like Eagle. He's a little bit taller than Eagle, I think.
Dude, he's huge.
But like similar frame as far as just like giant levers you're working with.
He was easily the tallest disc golfer I met at OTB Open.
Yeah.
If I were to guess, I would say 6'7", 6'8".
I'm taking the under, but man,
like
I mean,
the Barella range.
Yeah, you're not off by much. I
like
think
6'6" maybe then.
Yeah. Big germs up there too.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just felt like I was looking straight up at Gannon when I talked to him.
Caddy with the matching shirt. That'd be awesome if they didn't even plan that and you just picked him out of the crowd. Like, damn, that's a good looking shirt. Want to carry my bag?
What's Gannon at right now?
He's at 6 and he's got that putt to go to 7.
All right.
This is absolutely in the mix. UDisc has him on the fairway after one throw where I thought he was circle 1.
It looked a little short to me, but
yeah, and there is a big uphill climb to finish. And it makes sense. Again, that backhand air shot is very tough to get that close. But man, I thought from that camera view, he got in there.
got Kyle up first.
The chalk marks on the shorts.
Yeah, it's pretty humid, I think, there.
Yeah, I mean that's how I look any time into a round if it's at least 3 holes in. Very nice.
Great shot.
Yeah, so there's Kyle he's got 17 feet probably to go to 9 down through 14 here. Kyle playing well here, back-to-back years with a great start here in round 1.
Looks like a
Paul,
good shot from Paul,
yeah,
too.
it looks like perfect line. It's just
It's a
needs to
little
push.
short.
He'll be just outside circle 1. Paul's putting looked so good at European Open.
Best I've seen it look in a couple years, probably.
I think he's putting crazy tough, Luna, if I had to guess, and it's probably out there, but I haven't seen it.
He was at the beginning of the year. He had those like bright yellow ones,
Okay, yep.
and that were crazy tough for sure.
Chris making contact with the tree, but he'll He'll be just inside circle 2's edge.
That's an automatic Chris Dickerson step putt right there.
I'm calling solid metal at the very least, but especially after that uncharacteristic miss on hole 2. And it wasn't even just that he missed. It was the amount of which he missed by.
And it just didn't look crisp like it normally does.
Yeah. Rick flirting a little bit with those trees maybe, but it's going to be rewarded with
Don't matter.
Yeah, with an easy little 15-foot tap in.
To push him up to third. Tie for third.
Gannett, see? Was that for bird?
It had to have been.
No, it says in the basket. Okay, never mind.
two,
Yeah,
yeah.
he got the birdie.
That
I
was close.
knew you just was lying to me, man. We gave you props earlier. Then you going to do us like that?
It's not UDisc. Well, we're going to put that on the UDisc volunteer.
That's true.
Sorry,
Incredible
volunteer.
platform. Yeah.
Thank you for volunteering, but
Wherever you are. I bet we could see you in that camera shot.
you were several feet off.
It just, so impressive to be able to go air shot backhand on 18. You might not see anyone else even really attempt to do that. It's going to be forehand, or we see some backhand rolls there. I feel like you have a little bit of a gap to hit right off the tee pad.
I feel like they just throw the flippiest disc ever on those backhand rollers.
Yeah.
To get it to go uphill and flip and get through the tight gap.
Very impressive. Good finish from Gannon. In the clubhouse at 7. Dickerson, we got the 1 pump. We got the 2 pump. Robot Chicken. Dialing it in. Yeah, look just a little high the whole way. You're wondering if it's going to stall and be fine. Very confident, committed bid, but left it a little on the high side.
Simon?
Yeah, they're waiting for the next tee pad to clear out, which is smart. It's either that or you're going to be waiting on him a little bit later.
Simon looks like a good shot.
Yeah, didn't hate it. I liked just watching the reaction sometimes, especially if that's all you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, like, these players and a lot of us, right after you threw it, if it was a good shot or a bad shot. If they're locked in and watching it, they probably like it. If they're reacting right away, they may not love it. So I'm going to say that's a good shot from Nate.
A little early, but that's fine.
Okay, yeah. That's maybe on that left side hallway that we're looking at. But I think you'll still have... I'm curious, actually, what it's going to look like. Hopefully we get a good throw cam view from Nate's second shot here on 15. What that left alley looks like. If it's actually a little bit more open than maybe that right side. It seems like the right side is the preferred play.
Smash.
Yeah. A touch wide, but not really to his detriment, probably.
Ooh, bad place to land. All right on the tree.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. Because I think he still has a lot of distance to cover, and he's definitely going to be in a little bit of trouble right next to that tree. Paul for bird. All day, I think. Sorry, dude. That's twice
His
now.
putt's just not really there.
Put that on my tab. That's on me.
I'm sure he's very upset with his putting today. Whether it's warranted or not.
Yeah, I mean the one was, solid right side chains. 50-50 ball at worst. And then this one just coming up a little short and still a little right. Like that probably would have caught if it was the right height.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, there we go.
Get to 9 down.
Yep. Rick looking to go to 7. And so Rick now passing Paul, even with his slower start where he was only 1 down through 5 and only 3 down through 9. Paul now has 6 pars in a row where he was blanked out the first 4 and then was 6 down through 8. Now has 6 pars in a row.
And he is disgusted.
Yeah, I mean, it's a momentum shift, obviously extremely early, and they're both still in fine position. Everybody chasing Kyle Klein right now.
Kyle seems to love this place.
Yeah, it's certainly treating him well. Michigan roots.
Nice OTB disc on that commercial.
So he's actually from Wyoming, Michigan.
Oh, Wyoming, Michigan,
Yeah.
huh? Where are you from? Wyoming. Oh, it's a nice place.
Yes, it's a great part of Michigan. You're just fucking with me now. Hey, Kyle ranked number 9 in the world, and that is after a slower start again to the season. So, was ranked higher, no doubt.
And I just know in the fantasy, I know fantasy is not the real life for sports, but in fantasy this year, he was getting picked 5th,
Yeah.
6th, 7th, like real high, above really good, above Dickerson.
Yeah, I mean, I think those rankings was like a somewhat clear-cut top 4.
Yep. The only issue is like the amount of tournaments you played.
Yeah.
And so that kind of threw some wrenches into some things. But
yeah, and if you knew Eagle was going to be out a certain amount, you drop him down.
Yep.
You never end up knowing that. That's the danger of fantasy. With fantasy football drafts coming up, drafting the fantasy disc golf teams was fun. But you're looking at Rick, Paul, Calvin, and Eagle in the top 4. And honestly, I'm okay with however you have those 4 ranked, especially considering the amount of tournaments they played, where Calvin, has probably the least amount on his resume of wins, but plays probably more tournaments than any of the other 3. Yeah. And his consistency level was super high in 2021.
Yeah, but everyone wanted Kyle Klein like in that next group. He was that next tier.
Yeah. You're looking at Kyle Klein, Kevin Jones, Chris Dickerson, Matt Oram, Conrad. Like that was the next tier, and at least 1 or 2 more names. I'm sure I'm leaving out, like Drew Gibson.
Gannon was up there a lot.
Yeah,
some people expected Gannon to break out a little bit.
Well, and he has. I mean, taken down Masters Cup. And right in the mix, obviously at LVC to the very end, where Drew Gibson ended up taking it down on the last hole.
I think he's definitely met and exceeded expectations for this year.
Yeah, I think that's super fair, especially given his age.
Yeah, 17, I think.
Highest ceiling of maybe anyone in the sport, like Eagle, I think. Still extremely high ceiling and has realized a decent amount of that.
Yeah, I mean, he got 2 majors.
Yeah.
That's realizing your ceiling to some degree.
I think so. I think all you're waiting for now is a world title or USDGC.
Yep, or both.
Which they're tough to win. Like that's There's so many people in contention.
Yeah, everyone comes out firing for those 2, and then USDGC is such a specific type of golf.
Yeah,
like
it took Paul a while to win.
Yeah, it's a very specific style of golf.
Paul's got 2 rings there now, I believe, but that was his last major, I think, that he had to pick up between the 5, 6 majors that we've rotated between. Simon with his second on 15.
Gets off that tree, gets forward skip.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Just distance now.
Yeah, just a little bit short. Scary bid to run this from any direction.
Fun hole. They tweaked the tee pad, maybe not from this year to last year, but it certainly changed quite a bit from years previous, where I think it was a little bit more attackable par 4, where I don't know if you expected a birdie, but now you really, really have to earn it. Cory's going to do just that.
Shredding right now.
Yeah, that's gonna put him at 8 down through 15, assuming he converts. Need a refill?
Yeah. DC doing the Lord's work right now. Filling up our beer while we wait. Got a Zuka replay of Cory Ellis right here. Filleting the shot. Perfect. Just right side of that tree. Left side of the next one. All right. We got Rick taking the tee of 15. Looks like Rick's throwing an enforcer, maybe. Decent gallery behind him. Good turn. Headed right. Oh, get off that tree. It's a little long. Almost got Terry Miller. How you doing down there, Terry? Whoa, Aaron. Klein. A little inside. Oh, but he gets through and gets into that left side gap where Sexton was earlier. Rick looks disgusted at his shot. He's angry. Ball throwing that same pink disc. Decent on a hyzer. Also comes up a little short. We got Paul and Rick in some not great spots. Kyle Klein's in a decent spot. He's in that left side gap. Paul's just like 70 short of where Kyle Klein was.
Yeah.
And Rick's in the not good.
This is one where
Yeah.
it seems like most par fours, the second shot is more important. Obviously, it's the one that you're going to be putting from. This one, I think there's a lot of emphasis on the tee shot to get in an attackable position.
Yeah, Kyle had a good drive.
What do you think of his form as a throwing this side shot?
Pretty. You can't get much more out of your form than this, I feel like, as far as power goes. Timing's pretty good. I mean, he's got that prototypical lanky disc golf body. My personal preference is his front foot would be a little bit more closed.
Okay.
Like it's a very small thing, and heck, some people might disagree with me. So
his toes pointing a little forward.
open. Yeah. Just. But also, he might not be throwing a full power shot here.
That's what I was just thinking.
He might be throwing like a hyzer, and that's how he sets up his hyzer. For me, this would be a full power shot, so I'd need that closed off toe a little bit more. But he threw a great shot, so it's hard to argue.
Yeah, speaking of his toes, here's a nice ad for Ideo, which is the first shoe in disc golf in a while, at least, that's specifically for disc golf. Maybe the first company that's gearing specifically towards it.
I don't know that somebody brought up an old shoe on Reddit, and they were like, "This was made for disc golf," and it's a disc golf company. But I had never heard of it.
I remember 2011 World Santa Cruz. Keen made a shoe that they called the De La Viega.
It was just rebranded different shoe, right?
Yeah, I think it was like I forget the name.
Simon.
That has a chance to roll, but looks like it must have sat. And then I know Discmania did the Disc Maniac shoe, I think it was called. Might have been just the Maniac, but
built for turf.
Yeah, but they weren't manufacturing it, though. I think they outsourced it. Dynamic Discs did a shoe, the T-Link. But from what I know, this is one of the first. Maybe that earlier Reddit one.
Yeah, and I had never even heard of it, so like it wasn't like a big shoe company or anything.
Yeah, so this is the first big push from a brand new company trying to manufacture disc golf shoes. Excited to see how it comes out. Sexton was one of the first brand ambassadors.
He's got his own shoe colorway also. The red, white, and blue with gum sole.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick's just not in a good spot.
Yeah, I wonder what he has here. Like, is there a giant flex forehand where he can go over that? Is he forced to go low?
Does he just have to pitch out?
Rick is super creative, not afraid to drop down a backhand or forehand roll. He wants to attack this green.
He's got all the shots.
Yep. I say these disc golfers are professional puzzle solvers. And Rick's got a puzzle right here. He's got a ton of tools in his toolbox. He's trying to figure out which one's the best play. I'm curious if he's going to go low and try to hook it inside.
I think he's got an Orbit Felon in his hand.
Yeah.
He's waiting for someone else to throw? I'm not sure.
I think it might be arrived. They have such similar stamps too, and then very, very similar color tones that he's got on both.
Yeah. Stanley in here doing some sweet little camera work real quick. Battery dying on a camera. There we go. Sorry if there's any bad action going on.
Nah, we're plugged in. We're good to go. Dickerson in a spot, man.
Dickerson's like everyone is in the spot except for Kyle Klein, I feel like.
Yeah, might have lost video here for a minute. That's all right. Hopefully you could still hear our lovely voices. Dickerson making contact. Looks like he's found his way back on the fairway, though. So
Video's back. Thank you, Stanley. 1s and 2s. Even though video's not called 1s and 2s, but that's all right.
So we now get into where Rick was lining up.
Yeah, I think so. And
Or is he not next to act?
Paul is on that left side, that short left side, but he was like on the fringe, like not in the stuff.
It looks like he's watching. Looks like he's looking over.
Paul looks to me like he's in better shape this year than he has been in the last couple of years.
I agree. I think it was like
he thinned out is what it was.
It was like 2015-ish when he was just practically unbeatable.
Yeah.
Where he got the Grand Slam 5 majors that year. And he looked like he was in the best shape of his life, you know, as least as far as what we've seen in his career. And it does seem like he's getting close to that same body frame. So here's Rick from the nastiness.
Yeah, it's just a pitch out.
Yep, good play to get in front of everything.
Great pitch out.
Still dead center fairway.
Now you got Paul. I mean, he's got a much better lie than I thought he did.
Yeah, much more attackable angle and shot shape. Is still going to have to earn it. Yeah.
That hill makes things a little hard.
Yeah, he might still have a canopy above, so he's got to watch his high-low. That looks early and bad. Reaction.
He hates it, yeah. He's on that shit again.
I would wager still has a somewhat easy up and down for his skill level. Frustrated that he doesn't have a chance at birdie when he knows that it was doable, but that was a tough shot. He gets up and down. He's not dropping a stroke. That tee shot is really what put him in the spot that he's in now.
Yeah, tee shot wasn't great. He just didn't get enough distance.
Yeah, definitely a misfire on that second though. Still can get out unscathed. Kyle looking to add on. That holds, which it should.
Yeah, that looks so good.
Yeah, that's circle 1.
Perfect. What a shot.
Kyle looking to go double diggies.
Bye, Mark. Got people popping their heads in, checking out what's going on.
This is flashback to hole 1. Kyle starting off with the birdie. Hole 3's approach here. It's just making real easy work of this front 9. He ended up 6 down through the front 9. 3 down on the back now.
This shot looking was to go so pretty.
4 out of the last 5. Yeah, hole 5 here. That was great.
Just a little on the right side, but good kick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that kick made it essentially parked.
Roller. Oh, I didn't even realize he clipped that.
That's the thing, though. I think when you're throwing that roller off that tee shot on 6, I'm pretty sure it is, you're kind of okay with it. Cut roll, and it's going to hit something at some point. Yeah. But I think you're okay with all of the results, more or less.
Mm-hmm. As long as you don't hit the first tree. Get the disc on the ground. It's showing all of Kyle's great round.
Yeah, easy highlights to pull here.
I like how much harder the course is now. It's definitely harder.
100%. It's tougher than when Paul shot 18.
Mm-hmm. But not like dumb type of tough. Like good technical shots. Like you have to execute.
When you've got these courses that we're used to seeing now over the course of 3, 4, 5, you think of Maple like 10 years now, that it's nice to not change much. So from 2021 to this year, DGLO and Toboggan have drastically changed, I think just 9, 10, and 11.
Yep.
So it's kind of funny too that they're all in a row and they're just taking this chunk of course and redesigning it to make it a little bit tougher. Otherwise, it's mostly the same course that you've seen. And you see that with traditional golf and like Augusta. They're going to constantly make tweaks, but they also want it to be very recognizable once sort of that brand has been established. Something I'll be excited for OTB Open to essentially establish a true layout that can kind of persist and something that's challenging and fun for everyone.
That looks so good.
That held for so long in such a good way.
Dickerson's really good at those forced turnover shots.
Yeah, I wonder if he's throwing like Undertaker or Vulture from there, or if it happened to be a little bit lower or higher speed. I'm curious. Rick, very early there.
Is that OB?
I don't think so. I think it's just there's so few OB on this hole. I'll take, or not on this hole, on this course. I am curious what.
Ooh, Paul's in a not great spot.
What Rick's
That's not
throwing.
bad,
Yeah, he's
though.
fine. Parked.
That would be not great for me.
Yeah, looks like there's no OB on that left side down there for Rick. Terry, could you tell us what Rick's dealing with? He has not hit any of these this round. It feels like he's due. Let's go.
Yeah, they're like barely stuck too.
Yeah, from this angle, it looked like that was probably a little high left, but
Is anyone happier than Rick?
man, it's tough. I think of like Double G, super happy, usually out there on the course. But yeah, Rick, when he's playing well,
That
super
smile
happy.
gets so big.
Yeah. Kyle to go double diggies. To drop 10 down through 15. Yeah.
Whoa.
Just weird momentum spot.
He's had some weird putts too. Like I don't feel like he's putted super great today.
Well, and he's in the lead on this event. If he hits this, he'll still be in the lead. But that was one where you can really take a little bit of separation. Now you're up by 2, and you could take a stranglehold. And I think he obviously has the skill set to do that. He's in this position. It just felt like one of those momentum, put your foot down and let's go shots. And good for him for cleaning up that circle's edge almost par putt after missing one from similar distance on the last. He knows he dropped one there, but I think that can be a motivating miss where you haven't made too many mistakes this round.
No. Dickerson needs this to stay in contention at all.
I think that might be a big Z Vulture. I'm trying to guess based on the look of the plastic and the stamp.
Attaboy.
Yeah, good par save there. That took a great third and not a gimme of a fourth to get up and down for par. Paul, not a gimme on the third shot, but easy tapping on the fourth, waiting for tee shots on the next. True pro. Paul's so classy, man. Like I think of when he lost Worlds to James last year in the fashion of which he lost, because before James threw that shot, Paul knows obviously he's got to throw that in or it doesn't have a chance. And the chances of him throwing that in are way less than 1%. So Paul essentially, I doubt he was counting his birdies before they hatched, but his chickens, it's funny, but he knew in that moment he was 6-time champ.
Yeah.
And after taking such a devastating loss, his words after that saying that he knew it was good for the sport and just being able to kind of step back and have that view, that perspective was, I felt like such a mature take and just such a classy take. KJ with that deep straddle.
Bang. Dude, what a great finish to this round.
Yeah, starting out 2 over through 4. He's now got 2 turkeys, a decent amount of pars in between, but has certainly not shot himself out of the event. That 4 down right now has him tied for 21st, but really only 2 strokes out of top 8.
Yeah, 5 off the lead.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You throwing a rhino here, Danny, or what?
Obviously, man. It's got 1,000%.
I think I'm throwing a baobab. Straight. Dead backhand, dead straight at it.
Again, we saw Gossage throw that low forehand left. Both of us are a little bit more dominant forehand than backhand.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would be going backhand on this and probably going fairway or really wanting the club down to a mid, but I don't know if I have enough.
Yeah, like the line makes me want to throw Luna.
Sure.
But I don't think I could get it there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a fairway from Simon. We saw him throw that shot earlier, I think on 9, maybe bending around the new hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 9, par 3,
a little
5,
bit
6.
of a backup.
That's a good grouping there. Got Chris, his wife Brittany, Kyle on the table there, Heinold chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, who's like super chatty during the round, which is funny because like I think both of us agree the GOAT in our sport as it stands right now.
Yeah.
All due props to Klein on his 12 championships. Like that's insane, and I don't know that will ever be matched in our lifetime.
It won't. And I think it's the same thing. Like Bill Russell won 11 titles. It's just things change over the years. Competition gets stiffer.
Mm-hmm.
Less people or more people win. The best win less often.
Yes. Yeah. Totally understood.
But
so Paul's just so chatty.
Yeah,
it's great.
He really is like chatty. He likes to talk to some degree. I've always loved I've had 2-3 conversations with Paul, and they've all been really good. He's really approachable.
Yeah, no, he is. Look at this August that we've got coming up, where you'll get the final round of Mid-America Open, and then Ledgestone, Des Moines Challenge, and then Worlds.
Dude, that's all back to back.
Yeah, yeah. So I wonder
Open,
how many people might omit Des Moines. I think they'll mostly go.
Yeah, it's a Elite Series event, so I think a lot of them will, especially anyone fighting for points.
Sure. Wow, what a good bid. From a knee, low ceiling. Cory has all the power in the world on his putt. That was a great stab at it. Good height and speed, just a little off wide right.
That was what's his face right there. Kev's social media guy.
Oh, Tristan.
Tristan, yep.
Nice shot by Kev up there. He's going to have a Circle Z putt, probably.
Yep.
Is he playing with Emerson?
No, I don't think Emerson's playing.
I don't think so either, but
Emerson.
No, he's playing.
Is he?
Yeah.
So this is
he's on 17. He's with him.
Emerson's first tournament back since his kid went to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Shout out to Emerson, man. Dealing with a lot of crazy stuff. But
yeah, I hope all is well with the Keith family. It was nice meeting them last year at OTB Open. We hadn't met them before, and the whole family rolled through.
Mm-hmm.
And then Emerson by himself this last year was at the shop quite a bit. That was cool.
Yeah, cool dude.
Yeah, really neat meeting all these people that we've seen a lot, and we've had a good relationship with a number of the top players, and some of them it was just online interactions, and then being able to put names to faces. I guess more so for us, we've seen their face plenty, but they saw our ugly mugs. It's cool seeing everybody, and pretty much, man, it seems like this entire disc golf community we're blessed with great characters.
Yeah, everyone seems pretty damn cool.
Rick was by the shop for a little while his knee was twice the size it freaking should have been.
Dude, and he was still just he's Rick all the time.
Yeah.
Like you could tell he wasn't really feeling it because his knee was very large.
Yeah, but still in
fun.
Contention too.
And he was like here chatting, having fun. Very much himself all the time.
Yep. Ari kicking it.
Ari kicking it on the couch in there.
Well, and Simon playing guitar. You've got
In
Pirate
this-
Nate.
Simon playing guitar in the clothes he played in.
Yeah.
The same day.
Competed in the
He
round.
still
yeah.
has his KT tape on his arm, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and he's jamming out on guitar.
He was kind of mad that Stanley brought the guitar in. He's like, really? He's like, we told Stanley, he's like, yeah, Simon wants, guitar because someone had mentioned it. And then
Pirate
Stanley
Nate
comes in. Yeah. Well, and Pirate Nate kills it. Freaking Kev putting in a DJ set.
Yeah.
Rick absolutely annihilating that gap. He's going to have 22 or something on that elevated basket for a birdie.
I love seeing all the approaches because, like, Rick threw fairway.
Oh, was that a low kind of turned over fairway?
That's what it looked like, at least to me.
I thought there was a chance it was a mid, but I wouldn't be shocked.
What's Kyle? This might be a mid.
I'm
too.
guessing a dyed MD3. That looks like Iron Samurai.
Yeah, that does look like an Iron Samurai.
No, and that's on the perfect line. It's going to float just a little bit right.
And
but
it's perfect.
yeah.
All right. It might have been a mid by Rick. It might have been a compass.
Rick does like that compass. Connor's got a nice blend of that Opto Ice Burst compass. I think it
Yeah.
is Opto X. No, Opto Chameleon.
Opto Chameleon.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Ice Burst.
And so we think that ice plastic is what Discmania's C line is, that
Yeah.
Italian. I know they can't necessarily say, but it's just a something we noticed. And I think someone, I don't think it was pointed out to us.
On Reddit, someone's mentioned it.
Okay,
I've
that's
seen
what
it.
it was.
I've seen it there on Reddit.
Yeah.
Reddit, those guys are smart, man. If you need to look for something and you're trying to find out, is this plastic this, is this mold, whatever,
Yeah.
someone on Reddit knows.
Reddit's one level up in like the nerdiness level, maybe even 2 or 3 from like Facebook, and also a great community and like more searchable is what I'll give
Yeah,
Reddit credit for.
very searchable.
Yeah, as far as a social media platform, like Facebook does great. And I think if you're not in either one of those communities, it's certainly worth joining one if you care at all about disc runs and plastic types
Mhm.
or just gossip.
Yeah, or even just like for Reddit, like you can go on there and put a video of your form and you'll get everyone critiquing it, good and bad,
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
Like, but and you figure out who's worthwhile people at critiquing things, and people give their honest opinions. And I don't know, maybe sometimes a little too much, but
Whatever. You got to
It's
be
great.
ready for that.
yeah, it's great. Most people are helpful. I think anytime in any online forum, there's going to be dickheads. There's going to be people looking to troll and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But
Well, and yeah, there's a certain sense of vulnerability putting yourself out there with those forum videos, but I think there's absolutely payoff there.
mhm.
Kyle Klein just barely making it under the 100,000 for his PDJ. He was 95,000 something on that signature.
Dude, so new.
Yeah.
That's so new. Like I joined January, February, probably, maybe even April 2016. And I'm 84664.
Yeah, I think I was 2000, maybe 99, maybe 01, somewhere in that stretch. My dad and I finally started playing tournaments, and I'm 17,000.
Here's Emerson right here.
Emerson has some of the most spin on his putt. Really comes from that left pocket in the straddle stance right now.
Dang,
Yeah.
nice pot.
I always
Good
know
finish.
if they're showing somebody that's not playing that well and they're putting, I'm like, yeah, this is in.
Yeah.
Unless they're just trying to kill time.
Or it's dramatically bad.
Sure. That's in play.
Paul?
This is good
Has
because
to be in.
he's the same height as the basket right now. It's elevated
I was gonna
basket
say,
downhill.
This is a moment where Paul makes this if
Yeah.
Paul's playing like Paul.
Yeah. He doesn't miss too many of those. He's already used up he's met and maybe exceeded his quota of those missed putts.
And he's stomping his foot right now, like, dang it.
Why didn't I hit the last 3 of those? Dickerson inside the circle. He doesn't miss too many of these.
Paul's putt, when it's on, is, I think, only Eagle and Ricky's putt are as crisp.
Yeah, that's fair. I think Calvin is up there, and obviously now we're just talking the top
The
4
best,
rated players in the world.
But I don't know, it just comes out of their hand different. Like, it doesn't wobble. It's pure spin. It's on the whoa.
Goodness gracious, that was high.
It's on the intended line, except for that putt.
Rickopotamus, that was way too high. You're flirting.
Gosh dang it, Rick. You're no longer a raptor, you're now a hippopotamus. Kyle Klein just rolling.
Yeah, that's up to 10 down now. That scorecard doesn't show the birdie right there.
Oh,
So
it doesn't? I thought it showed a par.
yeah, no, par was on the 15th. It didn't show
KJ?
16. So he's double diggies.
KJ, 5 down through 17.
Yeah, 4 in a row.
Let's go. Get back into contention, KJ. I need to learn Kevin's middle name.
I'm going to say it's
Kevin
Nathan.
Jeremiah Jones.
Oh, I hope it's Jeremiah. I'm gonna start calling him KJJ.
I have no clue what it is. I might ask him later. KJ, what's your middle name?
Yeah, if we were on coverage tomorrow, we would do that. You know what? Like, as we're on hole 17 here, and obviously this is our first time doing this, I thought that we would be a little less round coverage and a little more like
Tangential?
off
same.
topic tangents.
I think if we got a third person, it would definitely be that way.
Yeah, and it'd be tough. Like there's definitely times, like already we've talked a little bit, at the same time. And I think that's one thing it gets tougher and tougher to do as there's more people. And it's something obviously you want to avoid. But we've been a little bit more like on shot by shot than I thought we might be.
Yeah, same.
Which
I
is fine.
definitely think that a little less I definitely thought we'd be more tangential, not paying attention as much to the round. But I mean, having golf like this right in front of your face.
He doesn't like that, but I don't see much wrong with it.
Maybe left. OB.
Yeah, no, it must be. Dang. Man, from that
Just
first
barely.
camera angle, it really didn't seem like he was going to go.
And it makes sense
far
why
left to me.
Calvin's throwing that wide shot now.
Yeah.
All right, KJ on 18 here.
Yeah. Likely going reverb on the forehand all the way up the hill.
KJ's legs sometimes looks like he's got giraffe legs, and they're like baby giraffe legs always coming in.
Dude, he is so bendy.
Yeah.
He's going to bend down and do a deep straddle low swing on that jumper too, because I think he's about 38, a little uphill.
Like, I love the Bendy James stamp,
Yeah.
but like Bendy Kev
bendy
makes
Kev,
lots of sense.
100% does.
That's why he's probably so good at climbing. He's so bendy.
Yeah, or like just the grenade and stupid, crazy, steep angles that he throws. He gets his body into positions that no one else does,
Dude,
period.
He gets his like front leg and his hip on a 90-degree angle with his back.
Yeah, he creating all the triangles.
Yeah.
We got scalene, isosceles, equilateral. We're checking off all the boxes.
This just tells me we got to drink more beer before this round starts next time.
Yeah, I mean, we did a disservice by not being 3 or 4 deep for y'all starting this round.
Well, next time, if you guys like this, next time.
Nate going super wide on that forehand. Aaron said he never misses. Nate
Sorry,
says,
Nate.
I can do it. Just pencil me in for 17-second shot. I'll put it wide side. Rick contemplating all existence.
I feel like Rick probably bites off all of his skin off his fingers and lips doing around.
I mean, it's not talked about much, but like it is high stress.
Hell yeah, it is.
I think anybody who's played a tournament, whether you're, 850 rated or 1050 rated, there's nerves leading up to it, the week leading up, the night leading up on that first tee pad,
Mhm.
and I think that's a beautiful thing. It's something
That's
that should be
great.
embraced, but it's absolutely something that all these players deal with and overcome. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
It's
Rick's
very
biting down to his cuticles.
It's very similar to me to baseball, where there's so much time in between things happening that it makes you think about it even more.
Yeah, I mean, you've got
That's that PD he's throwing.
it's going to be a 4-hour round, more or less, that we're
Yeah.
playing, that they're playing here today. And the actual, like, if you start it from their run up and when they actually release, there's probably 10 minutes or less
Yeah.
of actual throw time. So
It's
yeah,
just thinking.
it is a game that's, played around these 10,000 plus feet that the course is, but really it's played in those 6 inches between the ear holes. There's a lot going on up there, and there's plenty of time to think about it, for better or worse.
Yours is only 6 inches. I feel like my head's like 12 inches across.
I mean, You're a superstar, man. Your head's
No.
gotten big.
I just got a lot of hair and big ears.
Cory Ellis with that second throw. It's going a little left, a little shy, but he's going to be wide open just outside the circle. Aaron's big head's about to compute how far away that is.
32.5 feet.
I'm taking the over. He's outside.
I mean, he's inside that little flag, it looked like. Well, I don't know. I could be wrong. What did you just say?
It says right now on the fairway after one throw.
Oh,
so
perfect.
we're waiting.
KJ,
Kev?
bang. What a finish. 5 in a row, 6
Yep.
down, right in contention.
1 down through 13 says, yeah, we're going to go ahead and hit the next 5 just to save face.
Paul
He's-
McBeth once said I was good at this course. I got to prove him right.
Yeah, he's tied for 9th right now.
Oh, that's not Tristan. Never mind. I thought it was.
Tristan, get off the couch and carry your man's bag. Help your boy.
Shout out Tristan. Dude, great videographer and photographer. Like doing a lot of KJ sets and stuff, taking pictures of those.
When you see a lot more of these top players that have, like, I don't want to say entourage, but like have people around them. Look at Ari helping out Rick. Like they have tour managers. They have social media managers.
Joe Henderson working with Paige.
Yep. Joe's amazing. She does a great job. Anything that you can do to alleviate some of the stresses on you and focus more on your craft.
Emerson has, I can't remember his name.
He's got a manager. Yeah, I don't remember his
Yeah.
name either.
Super nice guy. Definitely working hard.
Yeah.
He looks left.
That was a steep angle. And I think as long as he sat, he's going to be top edge of that hill, but definitely did not crest it. Rick teeing off here on 17.
Going right side. That looks wide.
That definitely looks wide. He's going to avoid the Simon OB, but
Oh, he hit that tree on the right.
yeah, he's
That's not good at all.
going to be in a very tough spot. Actually, UDisc has him as OB.
Rick?
Yep.
I mean, I believe it. That was real right.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be quite that far, but that is how it's marked currently.
Kyle Klein also throwing that same shot. What an interesting fairway shape.
Yeah, and it is playing as the toughest hole right now by a decent margin.
I think this is my favorite hole also, though.
It's so pretty. And you've got that basket just perched
Barely
up there.
inbounds?
No, he's out. That's red flag.
Oh, that was a red flag?
Yeah, that's out for Kyle Klein. So our leader going OB on the tee shot on 17.
Nobody's shooting double digits.
I mean, yeah, if you get Kyle up and down, then he's still at 10 and has a chance to add on to it
That's
on
true.
18.
Paul
But
going outside. That
the
looks
outside
OB right.
flippy. No, he's going to turn and burn. He's going to be around the fairway.
Oh, and that behind that bush.
Yeah. I think if you go to the left side of that initial tree, it's real hard to go out of bound right.
Yeah, probably.
That was very flippant. Like I don't
just
think
throw forehand.
maybe I have a feeling you want to chew off a little more distance than that, but I don't disagree. I wonder if that first little low branch too makes your forehand have to be pushed super wide. I don't hate that right side hyzer route, but I think this will be the most common play we see over the weekend.
Same spot as Paul. That doesn't
Yeah.
look good to me.
I
I rolled
think,
out decent. But
yeah, I did. I think they're scared to fade out and do what Simon just did and
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, it's the toughest hole on the course. It's averaging 0.67 over par. Next closest is 15 at 0.3.
Just throw it to the road like Eagle did.
Yeah, right.
And then
Just
birdie
put it
from
right on
there.
the guardrail.
And just birdie it from there.
It's been done. There's a blueprint, people.
Oh,
Yeah, Rick's just behind it. And so, yeah, OB throwing 3 right now, looking to get up and down for par from a distance. And he's not even attacking.
no.
He's laying up to that corner and it's going to.
And he's OB again.
It did look like it, man. Everybody's looking the wrong way.
What in the world just happened?
I mean, if so, that's an awful misfire by Rick.
Man,
Back-to-back OBs.
he looks pissed right now.
Yeah, I mean, he made up for a slow start, and now he's 2 shots, 2 OBs on 17. He's going to be throwing 5, likely up and down for a double bogey, dropping back to 6 under, which is going to move him from being on lead
Second,
card
Yeah.
to third card.
Whew, not
Which-
pretty.
First round of 3, there is time, but
Just
you'd much
bad-
rather be in that
bad taste in
initial.
your mouth.
Yeah.
Simon smashing it.
He has a window.
The way
That
he
looked
liked it.
so close.
It's one of those ones where he liked it and it just
Yeah.
didn't go in. He's like, oh, I know I can't be mad, but I am.
Yeah, he's going, I don't think anyone else realizes how tough and close that was. Nate with a great putt.
Simon's reactions are the best.
That is true. He does have great, like,
Both good and
visceral
bad
reactions.
Yeah. You could tell like he very much gets frustrated, but he's
yeah.
also very much aware of it and like keeps it in.
That Sexton putt was for bogey, so he's back to 4
Ooh.
under.
Man.
4 under, tied for 23rd. He's with Dickerson right now. Also a Chris Clemens, Double G, Marweed, Babcock. There's a lot of names right in there at 4. It's going to be very tightly packed heading into the weekend.
Good. That's how it should be.
So UDisc says Kyle Klein's off the fairway after 1 throw.
So he's not OB.
But yeah, man, I swear I saw that spotter raise up the red flag.
I thought he raised up a green flag, but it looked OB. And I was like, he's in bounds? It doesn't really make sense, but
It's a situation we'll be monitoring closely.
we need some boots on the ground. Terry,
Yeah, Terry, what do you got?
what do you got, Terry?
Oh, looks like he's inbounds. Terry out.
Great insight from Terry there. We're very thankful, Terry Miller.
Dude, this is quite the course to have to hike. And Terry's hiking it FPO and MPO. So he's
Dude.
going to walk this track at least 6 times this weekend.
Terry is willing to do anything for disc golf, I feel like.
Terry has done so much for disc golf. It's easy to give him a hard time, but like the amount of hours and dedication that he's put into the sport, JVD as well.
Yeah, both of them.
JVD
And
with Skip Ace, like that's such a cool addition
And that's
to
just
have
a side project.
a workable fantasy league for disc
Yeah.
golf.
And then like you got JVD doing this. Then afterwards, when they're like in Europe, it's 1 a.m. and Terry's doing a live podcast.
Yeah.
Like what are you guys doing? Terry, you wake up in like 4 hours and you're live podcasting right now.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. All the players respect Terry too.
It's absolutely true. So a little downhill run up here and then throwing uphill again. That looks like it's on a great line.
P. McBee.
That's stupid good.
You're too good at this game, Paul.
Did that end up just shy on the hillside?
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, they kind of cut away. But yeah, it looks like that's his disc there. So it was just lacking a little bit of distance, but the line and just the angle manipulation was beautiful on that shot from Paul.
It's probably too like hard to throw that harder without getting hurt.
Yeah, I would imagine his foot slipped a little bit. Like it's running downhill.
All right, Cory Ellis backhands.
Yeah, so trying to match the Gannon Burr birdie from earlier. Little high
Also
and tight, but he's
but, like,
fighting.
that's great in circle 1.
Yeah.
Great shot. It's so crazy how good these guys are getting in. Like, that's not an easy backhand shot.
Not at all, but every year players are stepping their game up and pushing each other to
Mhm.
work harder and harder. Kyle Klein, this says third throw.
Wow, what a shot.
Yeah, that's an amazing second throw, but he did have 1 OB.
Yeah, he was definitely OB then.
Yeah. So he's putting for par, circle 1 there to hold the double digits. Cory Ellis hitting a 40-footer on 17 to go to 9 down and is now going to have outside edge of circle 1 on 18 to go double digits and match what Klein is currently at.
Hell yeah, Cory.
Meanwhile, Rick is tied for third right now, but he's got this for bogey, hoping to get up and down for double.
Looks pretty good. Little left, but
Yeah, inside circle. It's going to
Yeah,
be,
he's
yeah,
got that.
that's about 15.
double bogey, go to 6.
Yeah, and so it'll be right now Kyle Klein at 10, hoping to save that with about 20 feet on 17.
Simon going roller?
Yeah, that's rolling.
D-line FD or
That
something?
gets enough distance. That's going to be pretty good, yeah.
That's like a what? Majesty? What's the
Oh, the Genius is super
Genius?
flippy?
The super flippy, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got about 15 feet probably.
I thought it was going to be D-line FD, but it didn't look like it.
Simon at 5, hoping to go to 6.
Fresnel roller. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. What did it hit?
That was
What in the world did it hit? Oh, no.
no.
Oh, no.
God, that just
OB
squirted out.
also?
So he's going to be throwing 3 from no more than like 20 feet off the tee.
That's the worst shot of the day.
Man.
I don't know what it hit.
No, something tells me he wasn't off by that much, but where he missed, like you cannot miss there and square that tree up. And the reaction was unwarranted. That was a little dirty. DGLO hating on the Discraft sponsored Presnell right there.
If I'm Presnell, I'm going up to Bob Julio afterwards. Be like, what in the fuck, man? Can't be doing me dirty like that on the last hole. I've been playing great.
So if Paul can capitalize on these last couple holes, the lead card tomorrow should be Kyle Klein, Cory Ellis, Calvin Heimberg, and Paul McBeth.
It's a pretty damn good card.
Yeah, and if Rick can salvage this double bogey and then birdie on 18, it'll be Rick, Gannon Burr, Albert Tam, and Brody Smith on chase card. If not, it'll be Chandler Fry is who UDisc has on top for the 6 downs. But Rick may or may not beat him out by PDGA numbers, the tiebreaker.
Brody coming out with a hot round.
Yeah, solid 7 down. Brody had 1 bogey on 8. Dickerson
nice
from
putt,
deep.
Dude. Not even a step putt that time either.
He took no step on that?
I don't think so. I mean, he might have. It's so uphill. He might have taken a little baby one and just didn't notice it.
Yeah. I was looking at the scorecard. I saw the tail end of it, but I wouldn't be surprised. He has a lot of power, really using that elbow hinge on his putt.
It's like that.
I think of him and like a Michael Johansson.
Mm-hmm. Paul's got the ultimate smush putt.
Yeah, he really drops right to his left knee and then up. It's a very up motion.
Bang.
That'll work. Just over the rim, hitting pole, dropping in on right side. Paul's going to move himself to 8 under par. He was just outside the circle on that birdie putt.
I feel like sometimes Paul might even, he's so good that he gets bored of like easier putts and he will like miss them.
Sure.
Not like miss them bad, but just like a little off. Like that low right.
I would disagree. I would feel like there's other players that are maybe more susceptible to that. And I don't know that it's boredom, but I feel like that's one of Paul's advantages to really stay locked in on those kind of mundane.
I just feel like he makes these like kind of dumb uphill long putts and these like really weird putts more, especially if there's something to like, if he's like had some bad putts in the past round, or he feels like he has some bad luck.
Sure.
He'll like make these putts late in rounds. It's like to keep him in the talks, basically.
Yeah.
To keep
in the conversation.
To keep his name in the conversation. He'll make these kind of wild putts.
For sure. There's Cory dropping in the birdie, so he's going to finish at 10 under. First one in the clubhouse at double digits. I think, to what you're saying, and I think this is something we've all felt to some extent. Obviously, Paul's the GOAT, so he's feeling it more than we ever dream about. But is that shots that are a little bit tougher require more of your focus.
Yeah.
And you're able to execute at a higher level than maybe that wide open 30-footer.
Yep.
I think we've all been there where if it's framed up and you have to hit a specific, gap on a 35-foot putt, you're more likely to hit it than maybe if it's wide open.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely true. It's hard to tell pace, distance, all that stuff on open. And then plus just like the moment matters, and Paul rises to the moment better than anyone in our sport.
Yeah. I would imagine that's Kyle Klein there looking with his caddy at UDisc.
Yep, checking scores.
Yep, seeing that Cory finished at 10, and if Kyle wants to have the outright lead, he needs to birdie hole 18 here.
Dude, 2 holes ago, it was looking like Paul was going to be in like the 6 down 10 spot, and Rick was going to be in the lead card, and now it just switched.
Momentum has completely flopped between those two.
All right, now this touchy 18th. Paul traditionally goes forehand here.
Yeah, and he is lining that up. It looked like he was at least considering the backhand, but it was likely just between 2 different clubs.
Forehand's weird because there's like a low line, which Paul just threw, and there's the high line, which
Mhm.
Paul's also thrown in the past. Yeah, that to me looks like the shot Paul threw when he had to hit that big putt
Mhm.
to finish 18 down.
I think forehand is the safer route, and it's going to get you that 40-footer much more often.
Yeah.
And the backhand roll has a chance to get you parked.
Yep. I just don't trust that backhand roller up that hill unless you throw
Yeah.
something super flippy.
They're so good at it, though.
They are.
And especially if you've had to practice this for years,
That's true.
then, Chris knows what he needs to drop down right now. And he's going to come just outside circle's edge.
It's closer than Paul.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? What a great round by Cory Ellis.
Yeah.
On second feature card by virtue, I think, of being on Team Discraft and being a stud. Like he earned it for sure.
Ooh, that looks tight.
Very
He hates
inside.
it.
He cut that corner way more than he ever intended to. Hopefully he got out of it, but that's not going to be the easiest up and down, I don't think.
Was it Rick going just regular backhand?
Yeah, I think he's going air shot backhand, trying to match what Gannon and Cory did. So he went higher on more of an angle, but I think he made
Clipped.
a little contact. Yeah. That's a tough shot. Again, we've asked for Rick to go forehand on more shots in general.
Great gallery.
Yeah. And Rick has a very, very good backhand roll game too. I'm surprised to see him go air shot. That being said, he's a magician. He knows what he's doing. He practiced for this week and decided that was the best shot for him. If he continues doing that throughout the course of the weekend, I think he'll have some success, but coming up a little short there.
Yeah, I think Rick will bounce back. He's still in contention.
Absolutely.
We got Cory Ellis here.
Look at the matching hat and shirt.
Ooh, that's Circle. What's their name? Circle 1 disc? Circle D disc?
Oh, it looks like Circle 1D. It looks like C1D on the hat.
C1D, or I think it's Circle 1 discs.
Which is what?
An apparel company. They're the ones that make Rick's Raptor shirt.
Nice.
Make Rick's Raptor bucket hat.
I have to check them out. Team Resistance is Cory's sponsor there, Jeff Corns.
Yeah, Jeff's definitely here. At least I would think he is.
Yeah, I would assume so.
He's in a lot of places.
He's usually on Hamas's bag, but you can see him with Scott Withers as well.
Weird up shot.
Yeah, it seems like a easy enough up and down. He does have, because I think that tree that he hit is only maybe 90 feet off the tee.
Yeah, he's got another 200 feet left. Plus. Ooh.
Wow, goosed it. Just absolutely juiced past. I think he was probably worried about hitting something on his swing through forward.
Yeah.
You could tell something was in his stance.
Maybe he wanted more hyzer.
Yeah. There's a good chance this guy right here is your solo leader, with Kyle Klein looking at probably a 45 to 50 foot downhill putt.
Rick tried to make that.
Yeah, he did. He should be chilling and finish at 6. He's got about 18 left.
What great views. Great complex for disc golf.
Definitely a course we are getting used to seeing on this Elite Series tour.
Yeah, one of the more memorable courses to the eye. Like, if you see a hole, you're like, yep, that is definitely DGLO. That is toboggan. Other than like that one hallway shot that reminds us of MVP. But even then, I'm like, I know that hole's here.
Yeah, and now it's grassy too. Hole 5 is gorgeous. Kyle, a little Klein, downhill. This is probably all of 50.
To save a piece of the lead.
Yep. Either way, he's going to be on lead card. But he'd love to hit this. Kind of faltering on the last few.
Nice putt. Snuck it in over the front rim.
Hell yeah.
Little low left.
That's awesome. Good for Kyle. He really fought it out on the last couple holes. Now Paul's going to have a putt to go 9 down and get himself solo third, 1 stroke back from the leaders.
Dude, Paul finished with a little mini heater.
Yeah, if he hits this, it's a turkey after 7 straight pars from hole 9 to hole 15.
Bang.
Yeah, not a problem. So Paul at 9 down, your lead card is going to be Cory Ellis, Kyle Klein, Paul McBeth, and Calvin Heimberg. One shot clear of your chase card.
Super solid. Dickerson.
You got to go to
get to
6, match Rick. Your chase card is going to be Gannon Burr, Albert Tam, Brody Smith, and assuming Rick can
Oh,
tap out.
Dickerson missed.
That is very uncharacteristic.
Wow.
You know that one's going to be eating at him. So he's going to finish at 5 down then, which is going to be tied for 13th. He would have been tied for 8th if he hit it. Still plenty of time to make up for that. But everybody's going to be chasing down Cory Ellis and Kyle Klein.
Rick got a little awkward putt mixing his stance up.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Had just seen Dickerson miss. I feel like there's some factor of like you call getting big putted, you know what I mean? If you've got like a 30-foot tester and somebody smashes a 60-footer, I think there is some sort of, I don't know the right term for it, but mental play in there that if you see someone miss, you know, a 20-footer, I feel like you're a little less likely to miss it. You're not going to take it for granted as much. Not to say that they would, but, you know, going back to what you were saying about, you know, Paul and missing some of those more open, what you would want to call a Paul gimme putt, which might be circle's edge, but one you expect all these guys to make when they're playing at this level. I think you're a little less likely to miss it if you just saw someone else miss.
Yeah.
There we go. Hey, we made it.
Hey, our first coverage, alternate commentary.
Yeah, it was a live
Podcast,
4-hour podcast, essentially.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we'll be posting this for post like commentary on our podcast, but it'll be available on YouTube. So
yeah, I mean, you could rewatch it. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could
get better.
Absolutely rewatch it. No, and I think we were fine, but God, it'd be awful to rewatch and try to line up live.
Yeah.
Watch 4-hour coverage. So for any of those that, you know, did tune in while we were live, awesome. Thank you very much. We're very grateful. You know, leave us some comments. Tell us where we were awful, and, you know, tell us what you might have liked. And I think it's something that we probably will do again, and it'll really be up to the feedback on if it's something we do on a regular basis.
Yeah, I feel like even if it's something we do fairly regularly, it will be like still kind of one-off rounds. Not every round of a tournament, I doubt. Like that's just a time commitment.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. These guys and girls, they catch a lot of flack for the commentary, you know, but they are very, very good at what they do. And it's like, one, they're getting paid to do this. Like it is their job, and they put in a lot of research. They bring a lot to the table. Terry's walking around on the grounds and giving insight. It's not easy to do, and it is a big time commitment, but it's something we thought would be fun, given a different take. Now you got more commentators to hate. Let's go.
Hate us all you want.
Yeah.
Don't put that hate on the actual announcers.
Yeah. So this was fun. Again, you know, thank you for tuning in, and it should be a great weekend. We will not be here. So you're stuck with the good commentary the rest of the weekend. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in, and enjoy.
Yeah. Till next time.
Have a good weekend.